official treat of MLB, DQ. Happy tastes good.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Long looking, fires. Santander, fastball out to right field. Get up, get back, get out of here. Santander works a dozen pitches off of George Kirby, and it's a 2-run home run. The Orioles' third blast of the day. Santander's 14th. It's 6-0 O's.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio,
the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hey O's fans, tropical vibes are coming back to Camden Yards. Join the Orioles as they face the Los Angeles Angels on Saturday, July 9th at 4:05. The first 25,000 fans ages 15 and over will receive a Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Make your summer Saturday even better while celebrating the 30th anniversary of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Don't miss out on receiving the most popular giveaway, the Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Secure your tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets.
If you have family coming over this summer,
the last thing you need is sweaty relatives.
Guarantee your air conditioning system is ready to keep everybody cool. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
It's bow time. If you look closely at a big, bold Bo's chicken sandwich, you'll see it's only made one way. The right way. Marinated, then hand-breaded with bold southern seasoning before being topped with not one, but 2 juicy pickles, creamy mayo, and a toasted bun. Ooh-wee! But don't look too close, or you'll just end up eating it, and we wouldn't blame you. Because, well, it is a sandwich after all. A show-stopping southern specialty that can only be the Bo's Chicken Sandwich. It's bow time.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Shirley, let me ask you this. Is that the instrumental to Lizzo's song?
About Damn Time?
Yeah.
It sounds pretty close,
Does it not?
Yeah, it does, now that you bring it up.
Shirley, about damn time you're back. You were gone. Yeah. Can't have Shirley Day unless you actually work.
We tried to do it every day last week.
Your ass back.
We tried to do it on Friday.
We that cake every day last week. You didn't show up. Fun's over. Get your ass back. Get that ass up to work.
And then we were going to do it on Friday, and you're not going to be here on Friday.
Yeah.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
Tabua. Aoub. What about Aoub? Safula.
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
Don't go over the rules. It'll take forever. Let's just get to the draft.
Let's get the pumping.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm gonna be screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Wednesday edition. What day is it today? It's Wednesday.
Hump day.
Thanks, Shirley.
Sorry.
You are locked in to Pirate Radio Live on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. Also online, PR927FM.com. And you can watch the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. If you're not already liking Pirate Radio on Facebook, you're late, but still welcome. We will welcome you with open arms. We got a lot of great info, everything going on in the Pirate Nation and some outside of the Pirate Nation as well. Also, YouTube, subscribe to Pirate Radio TV. You can catch all of our videos there on YouTube, so make sure you are subscribed. And also, we're going to need your participation today because it's Wide Receiver Day. We are talking wideouts in Hour 3 with Stephen Igoe previewing the 2022 ECU wide receiver room. And also, that means we're going to look back at our favorite wide receivers, most underrated wide receivers, favorite plays involving East Carolina wide receivers, and the best wide receiver we've seen play against East Carolina, the best live performance you've seen against the Pirates. We'll talk about all that today throughout the show, but in detail coming up in the 5 o'clock hour with one Stephen Igoe. Jeff Charles, the voice, will join us coming up in about 20 minutes. In the 4 o'clock hour, Patrick Mason will join us to talk baseball and look around Major League Baseball and see what he's up to with the Daily Reflector. Also planning on around 4 o'clock getting an update on if anyone was followed by a celebrity yesterday. We're doing something new on the show. We decided yesterday that each day we are all giving each other someone to harass on Twitter, a celebrity, to try to get a follow back. And as far as I know, everybody was unsuccessful on Tuesday. So that means we're going to have to carry it into Wednesday, and we're going to have all new people we're going to ask each other to follow coming up later on in today's show. Shirley's here. The big dog is barking, and Chandler Honeycutt is here. Hello, fam.
What's up, Clipper? How you doing?
Good.
I just realized, so are we going to have to get Glenn in on this since CJ's not here?
CJ is not here. He heard Ellerby one day a few weeks ago say that there's nothing better in the world than day baseball. And he really took that to heart and went to a day baseball game in Washington, D.C.
Oh, to go see the Nationals play?
Well, to go see the Pirates play against the Nationals.
He was on his way to see the Pirates play.
And, yeah, he's there. So apparently we just take days off to go to baseball games now.
Okay.
That's not doing one more.
That's doing negative one more.
Well, then you're not going to like me come July 22nd.
Are you going to see day baseball?
No.
Okay, you're fine then.
All right, you're good.
Oh, really? Because I'm going to go see New Kids on the Block, and I won't be here for the show that day.
I tell you what, society these days, these people, they just don't want to work.
New Kids,
they don't want to work.
Aren't they old kids on the block now?
Hey, that's a good one, bro. Never heard that one before.
Heard that joke before.
That's good stuff, Chandler.
Man, that felt good.
Yeah, you nailed that, dude.
New Kids, Rick Astley, Salt and Pepper, In Vogue.
Now
that's the lineup.
I'm in for In Vogue.
My roommate went and saw Motley Crue last night. Motley Crue, Joan Jett, Poison.
That's a good lineup.
And somebody else, I can't remember, but that was like the three main bands.
Charlotte?
Yeah, it was in Bank of America Stadium.
Shout out to us old folks.
Former ECU football defensive coordinator.
Greg Hudson?
No,
Blake Harrell.
David Blackwell.
Rick Smith.
David Blackwell went to that show.
I said Blake Harrell. I meant to say David Blackwell.
Do you have news?
No.
Okay.
I do not have news. That was a honest mistake.
David Blackwell. I liked him a lot.
I saw him on
He
his
was at that concert.
on the social media. On his social media, he was at that show.
Good stuff. Shirley, to answer your question, I was thinking that the first thing we'll do, we'll give him a call live on the air and see if he answers.
I think that's an excellent idea.
We can get Glenn involved in the game regardless, but I want to see if he'll answer his phone and participate with us.
Will he be, by the time we call him, will he be at the park, or will he be...
It might be over by
I think it's time to look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. What do you guys think?
I think so.
I say we look at it.
Oh, they are putting up some runs today. Bottom of the fifth. It is 5-4 Nationals. So I'm going to say that game will not be over.
I say we call him right now.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Well, say hello.
Give me just a moment.
He's going to say hello.
He's not going to answer.
He's going to be so confused too.
He's not going to answer. He's not even.
You think he won't answer?
No, I don't think he.
What if I called him from my phone?
Can we act like
my phone?
Can we act like it's a recorded message saying that he's fired?
Hello. Can we ask like we're really upset he's not here for the show? Like, where are you at, man?
Hey, where are you at? Let's act like we forgot that he told us he was going to be gone.
That's what's up.
Hey, we're about to start. Hey, we started the show. Are you going to be here anytime soon?
We need somebody to produce the video.
Or you can. Well, no.
Let's like really scare him.
I don't think he's going to care.
Hold on.
Robert
Okay.
says $500 of tickets to go see New Kids on the Block for about 30 minutes and a lot of fill-up time people.
That's incorrect.
Whoa. Are you calling In Vogue a fill-up time people?
And that's incorrect, by the way. Unless you've been to a New Kids concert, you don't know what you're talking about, son.
Oh, Robert, you have gone down a dangerous road, my friend.
You have gone down the Shirley Road.
And the Shirley Road.
See if CJ answers.
Hey.
CJ.
What's up, Cliff?
What's up, man? Where are you at?
Hey. I'm at National Park.
No, I mean, seriously, like, what time are you getting here?
What time am I what?
What time are you getting here?
Getting here? I ain't coming, Cliff.
What? Why not? Where are you at? What's going on around you?
Now, who else is screaming? Is Chandler screaming at me?
Yes.
I only gave you license to scream at me.
Chandler, you don't have your license to scream.
I don't care.
CJ.
You need someone to run the video.
Yeah, who is running the video?
Nobody. We're not even on the air right now.
Well, that sucks. Sucks to be you guys. Should have come to National Park with me.
Yeah, everybody wants to go see the Nationals and Pirates play.
It's a barn burner, Cliff.
All right, hey, while we got you on the air, did you get a follow from D'Angelo Williams?
I sure did not. He didn't even look at my tweet.
All right, well, I did not get a follow from Lisa Loeb. Shirley, how's J. Cole?
No follow, but I did get followed by Woody Harrelson.
No way.
I did. You want me to show you?
No.
I'll show it to you.
Followed by him?
Huh?
Were you trying to get followed by him?
No, that was random. It was a complete rando.
Oh, okay. So the game's still on, right?
Keyword, complete rando.
Complete rando, because it was a fake account.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
It was a fake account, but I thought it was kind of funny.
This morning.
All right, Chandler, did you get followed by your girl from Under the Dome?
No.
Dang. All right, so we got to go around the horn real quick, CJ. So can you stay on for a second?
Yes, I can.
God forbid you do something Pirate Radio related today on a Wednesday.
That's right.
All right, let's go around the horn. Chandler, I kind of gave you a one out of left field yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So
I liked the creativity, though, because I did mention how much I liked Under the Dome.
Well, let's stay in left field. And let's stay under the dome.
He needs to go out in the left field.
And I think this guy's pretty active on Twitter, so you might have a shot.
Okay.
You have to beg Stephen King, horror writer, to follow you on Twitter.
Okay.
Who I believe created Under the Dome.
Yes.
Okay. So Stephen King is your celebrity today.
All right. I'll
Chandler.
be on that.
Who does CJ have?
All right, CJ. You're a big wrestling fan. I'm going to go the wrestling route today. Were you ever a fan of the Hardy Boys?
4-3, okay. Say that again, Chandler.
Were you ever a fan of the Hardy Boys in wrestling?
Oh, of course I was. Still am.
All right, well, we're not going to go with the guy that has criminal charges against him. We're going to go with his brother, Matt Hardy. And now this might be a lob because today I looked up top 10 easiest follows on Twitter. Matt Hardy might get you a follow. He has over 1,000. He's following over 1,000 people. So
you served it up for me.
Go out and get Matt Hardy. I'm gonna see if you can do it.
1,000 is not a very big number.
Okay.
For Matt Hardy, I feel like that is.
All right, CJ, who does Shirley have?
Okay. I wanted to. So I'm gonna put like what I'm looking at right now, and what I'm looking at is directly first baseman for the Washington Nationals, Josh Bell.
All right.
I have no idea if he has a Twitter, but if he does, surely hit up Josh Bell.
Okay,
Former Pirate.
Clip is going to look that up real quick, see if he has one.
Josh Bell, former Pittsburgh Pirate.
Josh Bell is indeed on Twitter at jbell_19.
All right. So, Clip.
Yes.
Since you reached out to Lisa Loeb yesterday, I'm going to stay in the musical category.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with, just because I absolutely make him do it every year, Mr. Billy Ocean.
Man.
And he does have a Twitter. I checked before I even decided on who I was going to pick.
Okay. Billy Ocean. Let me give him a follow. He is only following 88 people. This is going to be difficult. All right.
Yesterday when I gave Shirley J. Cole, and he only follows like 20 people.
Not just that, he hasn't been on it for like months.
Yeah.
He did just tweet 5 hours ago, so he's somewhat active.
Yeah, which is why that was one of the things I wanted to check, was to see how active they were.
All right, I'm gonna send him a tweet. And
Stephen King has 6.7 million followers and is following 145 people.
Look, it's an
You know what? I'm about to send the tweet right now.
It's an uphill battle, Chandler, but I think you can do it, man.
I love the challenge.
Yeah, it's a great
Oh,
challenge.
so do we need to pick one for Glenn?
Do you want to play, Glenn?
I mean, I think you should give me one, and then I should give everybody else one.
So we have
See
to
if
do
anybody
two?
gets a bite.
That'll be tough.
What did you say, CJ?
Because everybody else is paired up, so it doesn't really work.
Not that there's a live feed of this game on the show, but Brian Reynolds did just hit a home run while I was on the air.
All right.
Oh, nice.
What a moment. How about, Glenn, you name a person that we all have to
That's what I
tweet
said.
at.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Just one person the whole group has to go for. So think about that. All right. CJ, are you ready, Glenn? Or are you going to need a moment?
Just 1 second.
Okay. Let's keep CJ on the phone the entire show.
That's kind of what I want to do.
That would be awesome.
Jim Ross.
Good old JR.
Yeah.
Oh, the humanity.
All right.
Jim
So
Ross.
we all have our individual person, and we have to
A group project.
And a group project.
Chandler, hold on. I'm looking at Chandler's tweet. Chandler, should I correct Chandler or just let him go with it?
Let him ride.
Let him
All
ride.
right, go ahead and hit. No, keep it.
No, something's wrong.
He said at Stephen King. My God, what can I say? The GOAT when it comes to filmmaking. He's a writer.
He's an author.
Please.
Wait, what?
Stephen King is a writer. He's an author. He writes books.
Writes books.
You know what?
A lot
Those
of
books
his
become
are
movies, though.
My God, the GOAT when it comes to filmmaking.
But you know what it says?
It's not Steven Spielberg.
No, it definitely says in his bio. And his bio is very intriguing. It says author.
There's one word. It says author.
I was confused because I was like, wait a minute. So, okay, all right.
This guy.
You were confused.
No.
Can't take him anywhere.
I'm going to say, my God. What can I say?
What can I say? That
You, my friend,
have written a lot of books that I've never read.
The GOAT when it comes to writing.
Okay, so
Smash
CJ,
that follow.
CJ, should I follow in Chandler's footsteps and when I tweet Josh Bell that he is the GOAT of first baseman?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, everything has to be in Chandler verse.
All right, so everybody
all of us have to say that the goat
Yes,
of whatever.
it has to be in
Okay.
Chandler
I like that.
All right, we can do that.
When I took English in high school.
All right, CJ, we'll let you go.
Okay.
All right, see ya.
See you tomorrow at work.
I doubt it. CJ went to a race one time. It took him like 4 days to get back from Richmond. So that is not that. He probably didn't want to talk about that, did he?
No, he definitely did not want to talk about that.
Do you remember that? He showed up
do.
like Tuesday or Wednesday. We were like, hey, bro, where you been? Oh, I went to the race. Oh, was it like earlier this afternoon? No, it was freaking 2 days ago.
And I said, well, where was it? He said, Richmond. I was like, dude, what route do you take to Richmond that it takes you that long to get back?
Richmond, California?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. This guy over here is still typing like your grandpa.
Wait. It's 140 characters, dude. What are you doing?
He's been typing for 5 minutes.
I know.
I think that's the rule.
I'm writing an essay.
And he's only on like his second sentence.
You have to use all 140 characters.
No, I ain't got that kind of. I don't have that kind of. I don't even. I know of Josh Bell, but I could give two you-know-whats about it.
But that's the point.
All right, here's
I'm
Chandler's.
definitely going to use the sentence, he's the go-to first baseman, though.
Chandler's tweet to Stephen King. My God, what can I say? You, my friend, are the GOAT when it comes to writing. When I took English in high school, I watched 7 documentaries on you. I did everything in my power to be just like you. You truly are the Stephen ... King.
This is outstanding.
Chandler.
I will say.
So the rest of them have to be in the same exact verse, like at the end of the Josh Bell when it has to be, you are truly the Josh ... Bell.
Of the ball.
Of the ball.
Of the
You
ball.
are truly the Josh Bell ...
Of the ball.
Here we go. All right, Chandler's hidden tweet. Way to go. Okay, there's that. That took up the entire first segment. Anything else going on? We got the there's a NIL initiative out there, the Boneyard Initiative. I love that it's called that because the people on Boneyard Banner are going to hate it. So I think that's a great juxtaposition there. We can talk receivers real quick while we're here. We got a ton of people chiming in on social media on their all-time favorite wide receivers, and I'll go through a few real quick. Well, let me look at this real quick too. Redbeard says, you know who doesn't take days off? Glenn Griffin. That's who. And Rich says, check Chandler's button pattern on his shirt.
Is it misaligned?
Huh. What's he talking about? Is it a joke?
I don't know.
I think I'm missing the joke.
All the buttons are aligned.
Maybe he's saying we should just check because he's not sure he can button up
He
his
didn't
shirt.
trust him. Yeah, that's what it was.
Chandler, you're really turning into our special boy. All right. Oh, yeah, wide receivers. You want to go around the horn and tell me your favorite?
Sure.
Unless it's Dwayne Harris.
I got to go Dwayne
That's
Harris.
the issue.
Yeah.
Is that for all of us, it's going to be Dwayne.
Shirley, do you have a non-Dwayne favorite? Because I got some here that are not Dwayne Harris that I can read.
I could pick a non-Dwayne, but when you're talking about favorite, it's hard to go against Dwayne.
I mean,
it really
Justin
is.
Hardy's a good second. I think Justin Hardy's a close second for me. Very close second.
Yeah,
he was an impact from first game in against South Carolina and Charlotte
to his last game against Florida.
Against Florida.
I think for me it's like
all-time receptions leader until Zay Jones.
I think like those two dudes. I don't want to say they get lost in that. They don't get lost in that offense. That's the wrong word. But when you're talking about a percentage of the offense, Dwayne Harris was such a big percentage of those teams. It felt like that he was on.
We watched highlights of Dwayne Harris the other day, and there's plenty of highlights of him like taking a reverse, taking a jet sweep, throwing the football, which is what he did in high school. He was a quarterback in high school. I feel like maybe some people don't know that. He was and threw a bomb, I believe, in UTEP. That might have been the Miracle in the Mine Shaft.
Miracle in the Mine Shaft was Cass.
Oh my God. Yeah,
but he had a game against Houston, I think.
He threw a bomb.
Yeah.
You talking about Justin or Dwayne?
Dwayne.
Yeah, Justin did the same thing too.
So Dwayne Harris played 1 year in the Lincoln Riley offense and had 101 catches for over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. He, in the boring Skip offense, Todd Fitch that we remember, he, in 2009, had 83 for 978 and 7 touchdowns. So still, and you have to factor in, and I know we're doing wide receivers, but I factor in the returns, the runs, the throws, like Chandler said, the entire thing.
I also factor in some of the toughness too, because that dude took a beating sometimes when he caught a ball, and he'd get right back up.
He was a football player, not a receiver.
I mean, he was called the playmaker. I mean, you mentioned the blocking. You mentioned the you mentioned blocking. What did you mention, Shirley?
Just the toughness, the grit.
The grit.
There was, like, in that highlight video, there was like catches that he would take, and as soon as he caught the ball, just took an absolute. There was one in 2010 against Virginia Tech. His helmet flew off.
Well, a lot of that was because of that Todd Fitch side to side.
Well, this was 2010. This was the first year of Lincoln Riley.
Okay.
And then there was also some highlights of him blocking on screen passes and doing some cut blocks. So he did everything. I mean, he was literally the playmaker.
He was an all-purpose. Yeah.
Andrew Heath,
Bodenheimer,
Collins, Jeffrey, and Trav all say Justin Hardy is their favorite. Alex said Keith Stokes, all-time favorite East Carolina wide receiver.
See, I remember him returning punts. When I think of him, I think of him as a specialist more than a wide receiver.
And Dwayne Harris.
Don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Keith Stokes run.
I'm saying, but talking about returning punts, Dwayne Harris returned punts, and we talked about it the other day. He never had a returning touchdown for a punt.
That's a crazy stat.
But he like made a play out of every single punt return.
Sure.
Oh, he was dangerous back there.
Right.
Reversing field.
Dwayne was the answer for everybody on Facebook. Him not having a punt return for a touchdown is like the Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young award. Both true stats that are hard to believe.
Yeah.
That's a true stat.
That's a true stat.
That is a true stat to consider.
Never won a Cy Young award.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. I could win the lottery and then turn around and you ask me that question
and you'd lose it
and lose all $320 million.
Yeah, well, there you go. You'll never. That'll never happen to you, Glenn. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. We need to.
I am crafting my tweet as we speak.
Yeah, we need to tweet out our celebs.
I already have.
And we got a lot more coming your way on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday.
King me.
We're back with you after this.
It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, presented by Bud Light, is back on Thursday, September 1st. Before the Pirates host the Pack on Labor Day weekend, Pirate Radio will once again be throwing the best party of the year to help kick off football season. Come join us to celebrate the start of Pirate Radio's 20th football season, as we'll be joined by this year's entertainment, The Breakfast Club. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday night, September 1st, at the State Theater in downtown Greenville. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too, because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelds and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Rock on Wednesday nights. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
All righty, come on out to AJ McMurphy's tonight. Some of our regular teams will be away, so it's a great opportunity for if you've been nervous to come out. Tonight will be a good night to test your skills, have a good time, and maybe sneak in a championship tonight at AJ McMurphy's. We'll be watching Major League Baseball, enjoying some great food, some cold beverages, and having a good old time. So come on out. We begin at 8 o'clock, and we'll have you on your way home by 9:45 or so. All right, we'll get a tweet update later on. I think everybody has sent out their tweets to their celebrities as we're trying to get follows from random people to see who can win this contest. But right now, we'll go out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to the voice, Jeff Charles, who joins us today on PRL. Jeff, how you doing today?
Clip, I'm doing great, but not as good as the New York Yankees are doing these days. I thought we'd talk a little bit of New York Yankees baseball to start the show today. they're 55-20. And that is the greatest record ever in the history of the franchise after 75 games. You talk about saying a mouthful when you think of all the great New York Yankees teams, and this team has the best record after 75 contests. Pretty amazing. And, Clip, who knows what's going to happen in the second half of the season because we're nearing the midpoint of the season. But if they go on a tear in the second half like they've been on in the first half, I mean, this team could win 114, maybe 115 games. And I was looking back, baseball historians will tell you the 1927 Yankees, maybe the greatest team of all time, they won 110 games that year. Now, you have to remember, Major League Baseball back then was playing 154 games and not 162. But still, this Yankee team could be one of the all-time great teams. If they continue to play like this, they will be. And it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up this pace in the second half of the season.
Already 12 and a half games up in the AL East. That is tremendous before we even get to the All-Star break. And you've got some teams in the mid-40s, mid to upper 40s in wins. The second most wins is the other team in New York. The Mets have 47, but 55 at this point is incredible. And, we knew that division was going to be tough, Jeff. You've got every team but Baltimore above 500, and the Orioles are better than expected. They're 35-41. 6 games under 500. Every other team in that division is above 500. So not only are they doing it, they're playing in the toughest division in baseball.
Yeah, very good point, Clip. And the Red Sox got off to a slow start, but they're playing pretty well now, and their record has gotten a lot better. And when you're in that division, and Toronto, of course, is they're kind of on their way back again with a lot of young talent. They're very good as well. And then Tampa Bay's Tampa Bay. They just surprise everybody year in and year out. That's why I always got a feel for the Orioles, and you're right, Cliff, they are a little bit better this year, but they're just buried in that division that is just so good year in and year out. It's really tough for them to claw their way back up, but a lot of good teams in that division again this year. It's a very good division. Most years it's the best one in Major League Baseball. National League West sometimes can make a claim to that, but it's a very tough division for a team and a franchise like Baltimore to try and move their way up.
Jeff Charles joining us. Jeff, Freddie Freeman made the trip back to Atlanta over the weekend. Dodgers took 2 of 3 from the Braves, and Freddie very emotional. And it was not your typical homecoming where you get one standing O and maybe you shed a tear or two. It was multiple days. It was a lot of emotion for Freddie Freeman. And then coming off that, we learned that he fired his representation, and I got to say those things go hand in hand. His time ending with Atlanta and his return to Atlanta with the Dodgers. It was a pretty unique circumstance seeing that happen. But did you see this story that he has fired his agents who handled his negotiations with Atlanta and eventually L.A.?
Yeah, I sure did. I saw that story yesterday, Clip. I'll tell you, that's a story within a story. There's probably a lot more to that. Freddie Freeman seems like a pretty even-keel guy, so he must really be upset the way things transpired in those negotiations. And as I watched that homecoming last week, Clip, I got to thinking about Freddie Freeman, how he's beloved in Atlanta, and he is this generation's Dale Murphy, because Murphy back in the day, in the 80s, he was just beloved in Atlanta, and then, of course, you always pass the torch to the next generation, and Freddie Freeman is that kind of guy to Atlanta Braves fans, and you would like to see a guy like that play his entire career in one city and with one franchise and retire there. That very, very seldom happens anymore. It used to happen back in the old days. In fact, I was thinking last night about Carl Yastrzemski, and Carl Yastrzemski played 23 years for the Boston Red Sox, which is pretty amazing, but those days, Clip, are over now. It's a shame because fans can really relate to the hometown hero guy, but the game has changed so much that, very rarely happens anymore.
Yeah, and I was too young to really know what was going on at the time, but I do remember Dale Murphy in the Phillies, pinstripe uniforms, the Phillies uniforms, and at the time I didn't really have any feelings about it, but I bet a lot of Braves fans didn't like seeing that when he ended his career there and actually played a year with Colorado in 1993. I'm looking that up now. I got to say I don't remember that, Jeff, but that had to be tough for Braves fans to swallow late in his career.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And when you have that hometown hero, as I mentioned, Cliff, and then all of a sudden there's somewhere else like Pete Rose. I mean, Pete Rose is a Cincinnati guy, born and bred, played for the Reds, had the great career, and then one day you mentioned Philadelphia, and that's what rang a bell in my head. Then Pete Rose was playing with the Philadelphia Phillies. And so that was tough for Cincinnati Reds fans to stomach. Now, Johnny Bench, who was with Pete Rose on those great Big Red Machine teams that led those teams to World Series championships, he played his entire career in Cincinnati. But again, that was that was in the 70s and on into the early to mid 80s. And the game has changed a lot in the last 40 years. You just don't see those guys, the Mickey Mantles of the world who play for the Yankees for their entire career. It just doesn't happen very often, even though fans would like to see it happen, but it's the big business of baseball these days.
That it is. Jeff Charles joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Jeff, we continue to bridge the gap from the summer to the fall and talk East Carolina football. We continued our opponent previews earlier this week with Tony Haynes from NC State, Jim Lauk coming up later on this week. Also talked to Pete Medhurst, some Navy football on Monday. So we're cranking out these opponent previews. Tony Haynes said he doesn't like to give out preseason predictions, Jeff, but does recognize that NC State is getting a lot of hype heading into 2022.
Yeah, they really are, and the quarterback is really getting a lot of hype as well, Clip, and I would think the Pirates are going to be sky high for that opener. That they could really upset the apple cart right out of the gate because NC State's talking a top 10 type football program this year. So, if I'm Dave Dorn, I'm a little bit leery coming into Greenville playing the Pirates in that opener. So we'll wait and see, but, it's a lot of fun this time of year to talk about preseason predictions and all of that. I like to go back after the season and look at all these preseason predictions and just see how many of them actually are accurate.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, a lot of them aren't, but we'll have to wait and see. But the Pirates are getting better, as we know, under Mike Houston, and it's a veteran team now with a lot more depth that you and I continue to talk about. So NC State or anybody else on the schedule this year can't take the Pirates lightly, but the Pirates are jumping in the fire with this schedule. As you and I talked about last week, there are potentially 4 top 25 teams on this schedule. We mentioned NC State, and BYU is a potential top 25 team. They have really come back now under Kalani Sitake. His teams were down a little bit, and now he's been there a while. They've been patient with him, and he's brought BYU football back. And Cincinnati and Houston, most preseason top 25s, they are in, so the Pirates have to play all 4 of them, 4 top 25 teams going into the season, so it's not going to be easy.
Jeff Charles joining us earlier this week. Jeff, we were talking about getting over the Navy bugaboo last year. The previous year, it was finally getting a win over Temple. Ended those losing streaks, and we were saying, now what losing streak do we need to end? And UCF, we look back, last win against the Knights came when Ruffin McNeil was here, and then we started looking at some teams on the schedule: NC State, Cincinnati, BYU. The last coach to beat them teams for East Carolina was Scotty Montgomery, and he didn't have a lot of wins, Jeff, but you look at who he beat now, boy, those teams are a lot different than they were, Cincinnati and BYU. Yeah, I was reminded of that when you mentioned the coach for BYU and how they turned it around, because it was not that long ago they were getting blown out here at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, Cliff, that's a great trivia question for your A.J. McMurphy trivia contest, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
Scotty Montgomery and winning those 3 games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that unless you just mentioned it to me, but you're right, it is. Yeah, BYU, great football tradition, great football history, a national championship on their resume, and then they've been up and down. What really hurt their program is, way back in the day when they didn't make the Pac-12, and they were out there as, a Mountain West program and then struggling as an independent. Well, now their program is going to be in the Big 12, and I think they're probably seeing, recruiting-wise, reaping some of the benefits of that. And their program has come back, and so, they're probably a legit top 25 team going into this coming season. And Cliff, you mentioned the Pirates have had a long dry spell against UCF in football, but I've got to go back now to this past winter. The UCF dry spell for the Pirates in basketball is somewhere around 14 or 15 games in a row. The Pirates have not beaten the Knights on the hardwood. So, as we have talked, one more year of UCF, Houston, and Cincinnati, and then those three will be saying goodbye to the American Athletic Conference. And when you look at how East Carolina's matched up against those three schools in both football and basketball in recent years, it's been tough sledding.
No doubt. Need to send them out with the loss this year, Jeff. That would be nice to do. Jeff Charles joining us later on in the show today. Stephen Igoe will join us. We'll preview the 2022 ECU wide receiver room and also look back at some greats. And looking at the room this year, Jeff, a lot of unknowns, and it could be some familiar names that we know. If CJ Johnson can get back in the good graces, if Josiah Hatfield can put it together consistently, we know what he's done in flashes, but he's a guy that needs to step up and step in for Tyler Snead and fill those shoes. But also, you've got a lot of newcomers there, some transfers coming in, Jeff, and then some guys that have been kind of waiting in the wings, waiting for their opportunity. So that is and kind of excluding Ryan Jones and Shane Calhoun, they're almost a known commodity at this point, excluding the tight ends from this discussion. A lot of unknowns at that wide receiver position for East Carolina this year.
Well, you're right, Cliff, and that's what will make preseason practice in August very competitive, and something I know we'll talk a lot about who are some of the guys that are coming to the forefront that are going to get playing time, because Pirates have lost some really good players at that position. But, you mentioned Ryan Jones, and my goodness, what a physical specimen he is, what a great talent he is. And I look for him to be utilized even more this year, and he could have a breakout terrific year. So you have to feel really good about him, even though he's a tight end body. I mean, he can do a lot of different things as a receiver. So I think we're all encouraged and excited to see him play this year. You mentioned Josiah Hasfield. Well, Josiah just has to stay healthy. He's had a hard time staying on the field with little nagging injuries here and there. So hopefully for him, staying on the field will help him a lot, and he'll have a chance to put up some numbers. And then with CJ, he's kind of the wild card. If he's ready to go, it's going to help this receiving core, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see how things pan out with him.
And Jeff saw some pictures over the weekend. Have not talked to Holton Naylor since he returned from the Manning Passing Academy, but that's pretty cool to be in a photo sandwiched by Eli and Peyton Manning. He was able to be down there and not only be a counselor for younger quarterbacks, but also get some counseling himself from some of the all-time greats.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Holton. He had the opportunity to make that trip. It just has to make him better in so many different ways. And boy, it seems like now going into this year, Holton's been the quarterback at ECU for like a decade.
Yeah.
Of course, it hasn't been, but it sure seems like it. It's hard to remember who was the quarterback before Holton Naylor's because he's played so much football here. But Holton's poised to have a good year this year. I think he's continuing to get better. We all know what a great attitude he has and what a great leader that he is. And so really looking forward to watching Holton play again this year, and I think we'll see an even more and better Holton Naylor's for his fall season coming up. So, Cliff, it's going to be exciting this football season. A lot of guys coming back on this team, and we talked about the improved depth as much as the size looked impressive the other day in that social media photo we talked about with the offensive line. What really impressed me even more was the sheer numbers and how many guys were actually in that photo, because it has been so difficult for East Carolina to develop depth, in the offensive line, the defensive line. Well, Mike Houston and his staff have done a great job recruiting, and they've made that a priority, and now they have a lot of bodies up front on both sides of the ball,
yeah,
and they can keep those guys fresh. They might not have a bunch of four-star guys who play up front or a bunch of all AAC caliber kind of players, but there's a lot to be said for rotating guys in and out and keeping them fresh. And I think that's been, go back to Ruffin McNeil. He felt that way about his personnel. And I know Coach Houston feels the same way too. Just keep those guys fresh. If you've got 8 or 9 guys who can play, keep rotating them in and out of there. And maybe you can wear down the opponent.
Jeff Charles joining us. Jeff, let's talk about your all-time favorites, if we could, for a moment at the receiver position. And just so many names to go over. And And if I had to pick one, it's pretty easy for me. Dwayne Harris is probably my all-time favorite ECU football player, and he was a wide receiver, but he did so much more in the return game and his blocking, and he was just a warrior. Would get drilled, pop right back up, and 17 certainly is my answer to the question. But man, you're spanning a lot of years here, and you've seen a lot of greats. So when you talk ECU wide receivers, Jeff, who are some names that pop up for you?
Well, I have to agree with you, Clip. I'll go with Dwayne Harris because he was tough as nails. Just love to watch him play. And then, of course, Justin Hardy and Zay Jones were terrific players here in recent years, did just a great job. And, you know, you go back through the years and you think of some of the other guys who were here that were terrific receivers that went on and played, you know, at the NFL, played at the next level as well. And some of the guys were on some of the bowl teams were terrific players. I mean, a guy on the staff now, Nichols, was a really good player when he played at ECU, and Mitch Galloway, and I go back to Clayton Driver when he was a terrific player at East Carolina, you know, back in the day. And, yeah, there have been a boatload of them, a whole bunch of guys. And East Carolina's had a terrific history of wide receivers, Clip, and also of tight ends. The Pirates have had some really good tight ends down through the years as well. So, in the receiving corps, you know, East Carolina's been pretty good.
No doubt. And it has been a position of strength for years now. And it looks like the offensive line and running backs have maybe caught up and surpassed the ECU wide receiver group as far as best units on the field. But there's a lot to be determined this year when it comes to those new faces at the wide receiver position. Jeff Charles joining us on the Pirate Radio live line. Jeff, really outside of Major League Baseball, anything else you're keeping up with? We're at my favorite part of the NBA season, which is the off season. We're about to have a lot of movement going on at the end of this week with free agency beginning.
Yeah, free agency begins what, Clip? Tomorrow night, I think.
Thursday, yeah.
6 o'clock.
Yep.
Thursday at 6, and so we'll see some movement, and we'll see some guys moving around. I saw where Kyrie Irving is going to come back and play for Brooklyn. And he didn't play for Brooklyn very much last year, as we all know, with all the shenanigans that were going on with that. But he's opted to come back and play there. But, yeah, this is a very big time of the year. And how about Steve Clifford, the former ECU basketball assistant, was only at ECU 1 year. He was with Bill Harrion. They were longtime friends, our longtime friends. And then Coach Clifford goes back to Charlotte for the second time as the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets, which I think caught everybody a little bit off guard. If Kenny Atkinson had agreed in principle to be the head coach at Charlotte, and then I don't know what happened with that deal. Then he got cold feet and he backed out. But they thought they had their coach. And then, you talked about D'Antoni. It looked like perhaps he was going to go there like a week ago. And then all of a sudden, Steve Clifford's got the job for the second time. So it was kind of strange the way that whole thing, happened in the NBA with the Hornets franchise. But, I know Steve Clifford. He's a good guy. He's a good coach. After he left the Hornets, he went down to Orlando, had a pretty good run as the head coach of the Orlando Magic. He's a basketball lifer. He wants to play an up-tempo style with a young Hornets team. So let's hope the Hornets can continue to get a little bit better. But glad to see Steve come back. A guy who was at ECU only for 1 year, but I remember talking to him a lot, riding the buses with him and talking hoops, so it's good to have him back in the state. And Kenny Atkinson, by the way, Clippers, maybe an interesting note. Kenny Atkinson was a guard. He was a playmaking guard, point guard at the University of Richmond when I was doing Virginia Tech games back in the 80s. And I remember Kenny Atkinson very well as a point guard at Richmond playing for Dick Tarrant. And at that time, never ever, would have thought he would have been an NBA head coach, but he's been a head coach in the NBA, and it looked like he was coming back to Charlotte as a head coach. So you just never know who's going to pop up in NBA basketball, and this guy, is going to get the Utah Jazz job. He's only 34 years old, and he was like the video coordinator at San Antonio, 10 years ago. So you just never know what's going to happen with his job.
Yeah, and you said it, that Steve Clifford thing is crazy. I like Steve Clifford. I liked him when he was the coach of the Bobcats and Hornets, but I guess he doesn't burn bridges, Jeff, and the Hornets front office didn't either, because you get fired and you get rehired a few years later. It's a weird deal with that coaching world, a lot of recycling going on, but I like Clifford. We'll see if he can get it done there in Charlotte. Jeff, I always enjoyed chatting with you. We are off next week, so have a good July 4th. We'll reconvene with you later on in July and talk more sports with you.
Same to you, Cliff, and your family, and to all our Pirate Radio listeners, happy 4th, and we'll look forward to the next visit in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff Charles joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, and we'll visit with the voice throughout July, talk more Pirate football as we get ready for the 2022 season. We'll be doing that in hour 3 of today's show with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. Let's take a break and wrap up hour number 1. We'll be back with you with more Pirate Radio Live. Got some weird news in the college basketball world. Our former Memphis Tiger for 1 year, Amani Bates. A lot of talk about him going to Memphis, one of the top prospects in the country. Didn't really work out there. He's found a destination.
On the cover of Sports Illustrated at 15.
Wow. We'll see if he makes it on the cover of Sports Illustrated in his next uniform, where a former Pirate will be joining him on the court. I'm just throwing out stuff, and I'll tell you what it's all about when we return after this.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Funday.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Hey guys, this is Kyra from Postcode Junction in Washington, where all your shipping needs come together. Did you know Postcode Junction is the only UPS, FedEx, and DHL shipping location in Washington? Postcode Junction is also the place for your Amazon returns. Need to ship a package the same day? Want to avoid the long lines at the post office? Come see us at Postcode Junction by 4:30 and we got you covered. Postcode Junction on 15th Street in Washington next to Tractor Supply. Go Pirates!
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
The fireworks start now at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Celebrate star-spangled savings store-wide with low holiday prices throughout the store. Save up to 70% off clearance items plus 12-month special financing. Get the style and comfort you want for not a lot of money. Get the sleep of your dreams on a new mattress with 48 months special financing. There's never been a better time to buy new furniture. Don't miss this star-spangled savings now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 57,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
With you on Pirate Radio Live, we'll continue our opponent previews coming up Thursday on the show with Jim Lauk, the longtime and only time voice of the South Florida Bulls. He'll join us on Pirate Radio Live to talk South Florida football coming up on Thursday. We'll continue our position previews in Hour 3 with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. He'll join us in the Pirate Radio studios coming up in about an hour from now. Let's take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Buck. We got a late home run from Jason Castro, and that was all the scoring today at Citi Field as the Mets fall to the Astros 2-0, and Atlanta sits 3.5 back in the NL East.
Yep, and there was a nasty collision in the outfield.
Jordan Alvarez, I saw, left the game.
Yeah,
which
he
is
took a
awful.
shot to the head in the collision. And no, it wasn't Alvarez that took the shot. It was the other guy whose name is escaping me right now. But Alvarez walked off the field on his own power. The other guy had to be carted off.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw Alvarez leaving. No, I was right. You were wrong. Wow. Jordan Alvarez was carted off the field following a collision with Jeremy Pena.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pena was the one that walked off the field on his own power.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So there is that. Brewers lead the Rays 5-3 in the 9th. Pirates and Nationals putting on a show for CJ. 8-6 Pirates with the lead in the 7th inning. Yankees always win.
They said, hey, this guy's missing work. We got to put on a show.
Let's put on a show for him.
I mean, they do have a GOAT for the first baseman.
Josh Bell. Yeah. Wait, who does?
The Pirates do. No, he's a former Pirate. He's a National.
Now
he's a National now.
Where's your GOAT now? The Yankees never lose, as Jeff Charles has talked about. They lead the A's 5-3. Royals over the Rangers 2-1 in the 7th. No score between the Pods and Diamondbacks, and Tigers and Giants are scoreless as well. Coming up later tonight, Braves and Phillies in Philadelphia. So also Dodgers at Rockies later tonight. The Dodgers. So that's what's going on, and that's all that's going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. It's Major League Baseball or bust right now. All right,
on what scoreboard?
The Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Buck. All right, mentioned it before.
Wow.
We took a break that Amani Bates has a new team, and that team is
Eastern Michigan.
What former Pirate plays for Eastern Michigan?
Noah Farrakhan.
That is correct. So Amani Bates goes from the hen house to the outhouse.
Now it says here that
penthouse to the hen house, penthouse to the outhouse. That let's go with that one.
All right, yeah. Penthouse to the outhouse. Eastern Michigan is in Bates' hometown of Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti.
I will say I like that. I like guys stay going to their hometowns.
Warms your heart.
It does.
So you like Bryce Weaver? The offensive lineman that's coming to Greenville.
And you don't?
Coming to ECU.
And you don't like him?
When did I say that? What makes you think that I don't like him?
You implied, the way you said it, made it sound like you like him, but I don't.
Okay. Whatever.
That's what I read from that. What do you not like about him?
Well, you can't read.
Do you not think he deserved a scholarship offer?
No! Shut up!
Why not?
I'm glad he's a Pirate. I enjoyed that interview we had with him yesterday on Pirate Radio Live. What a great young man, and he's going to add depth. He's going to add depth to this offensive line. He's going to be real. He's a hard-nosed. He's a local kid. I like the dude.
Okay. All right.
What, you don't like him?
We like Bryce Weaver. And
man,
he joined us on the show. If you missed that yesterday, you can check out. We have Bryce and Bryce on
Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yep, it's all there for you. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We will talk to Patrick Mason.
P. Mason.
He was not here last week, so we got to get a Jeans update, talk some baseball, and more with Patrick Mason from the Daily Reflector. That's coming up hour 2. Stephen Igoe, hour 3 of today's show. We roll on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facilities staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park, or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
The 80s and 90s were filled with obnoxiously loud styles. Dudes wore crop tops and super high shorts and rocked it with the confidence of 10,000 Sean Connerys and Tom Sellecks combined. And at Tailgate Classics, their mission is to bring that energy back. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Cam Higley, Tailgate Classics has a unique line of vintage and retro tees, polos, jerseys, hats, and more. Go by the store today at 304 Evans Street in Greenville and check out their website at shoptailgateclassics.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Shirley Rhodes, the big dog, Glenn Griffin, Chandler Honeycutt, and Patrick Mason joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. Patrick, how you doing, man?
Yeah, good to be back. How's it going?
Good. Missed you last week.
That's right.
Just wasn't the same around here. A severe lack of denim in the studio all week.
Missed the denim last week.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys got by.
we
struggled.
We did, but we did make it through. Patrick, first question today: can you dunk a basketball?
Yes. Though, I got to get a good running start, and probably in a game, no, but if I'm messing around, I can.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a great skill to have. How tall are you?
6'4".
Okay.
I didn't notice until today. I was looking at you out there, and I was like, "Dang, he's tall." Can you dunk a basketball?
Tall drink of water.
Can you dunk a basketball just vertical?
No, I got to get a running start. I was gonna say I need all of my 6'4" inches to. I can't jump all that high.
An actual men's basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so not even a ladies or a volleyball. You're talking.
Can you palm a basketball?
If you kind of hold it out, I can.
All right. Well, Glenn, roll the goal in. Let's see it.
Yeah.
So did you play in high school?
I didn't. I swam instead. It was that same season.
Okay. Michael Phelps really had a big impact on your life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you do the Michael Phelps, the thing he does with the flapping of the arm?
Believe it or not, I did a little bit of it, but I don't know how much it worked. But
is it true that swimmers shave every inch of their body?
Only you'd only do that.
Did you do that?
Only for if you go to sectionals or the end of season meets.
Is that why you wear long pants and long sleeve shirts? You're entirely shaved.
Got some hair.
Oh, okay.
I only did it once or twice, and it is a really weird feeling.
Did you rip bong hits like Michael Phelps?
No.
All right, cool.
I don't know. I mean,
it makes you go faster though when you're skin smooth.
Oh yeah.
No, you get off that. What's your obsession?
I find it interesting. They shave every inch of their body.
How do you feel about Chandler's chin strap he's got going right now?
Yeah, how do you feel?
It's a good start. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the barber the other day. She said that there was a weird shape and she had to go down, and I don't know. I'll tell you who has had a good time with it this week, and it's Clifton Brock.
I'm just want to get other people's thoughts on it.
I mean, I don't know. He looked at me on Monday after the staff meeting and said, "We're going to have to talk about this facial hair."
Well, he's got a good up close view because, it's just it kind of blends in a little bit, so it doesn't,
I mean, it doesn't look too terribly ridiculous, does it?
No, I wouldn't see you on the street and just blow you up or anything.
If it was one shade darker though, you'd be on some Kevin Federline,
yeah,
scumbag era. Kevin Love.
Yeah.
What a name. And now you've got a lot of neck beard and cheek stuff going.
And I've learned that it grows fairly fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you need to, is this new?
Yeah, I need to. Huh?
Is this new?
No, I've had facial hair ever since freshman year of college. I have never shaved it completely off.
You never swam?
Never swam. Never swam. So, and that's what I thought. I said, well, I'm never going to be a swimmer, so I'm not going to shave my beard off.
What's the first question you think of?
Yeah.
Did y'all wear the caps and everything?
Mm-hmm.
So is that for water in the ears?
No, it's really just for like your aerodynamics and just because the hair will just slow you down. I mean, it seems silly, but just like those tenths of a second matter a little bit.
Mike P says, "Can Patrick dunk a basketball in jeans?"
Ooh, that's a good question.
What's the answer?
I don't know if I've tried, honestly, but probably. Yeah. I don't see why not. They're part of my regular outfit.
Did you watch Arrested Development?
Yeah.
Are you? Wasn't it
Tobias?
Tobias.
Never nude?
He was a never nude. Do you wear jeans in the shower?
No.
Okay. All right. Glenn, by the way, I've been watching a little Arrested Development for like the 5th time now. When Glenn goes mustache only, he is like
David Cross.
He's a cousin of David Cross.
That's a good show until they restarted it when they all got a little bit older. But it was awesome beforehand.
It was bad.
I've gone for the David Cross for a long time.
Yeah, you look.
They look alike.
He's in the family. All right, so as you can tell, we don't have much to talk about in the world of sports right now.
Yeah, but it's
how's the White Sox?
Not that great. I think they lost 3 out of 4 to the Orioles.
I feel like the last time we talked to you, they were actually kind of on the uptick a little bit.
Yeah,
they've fallen off since then.
Yeah, I feel like they just can't get going. Every big win, I'm like, all right, this is the spark they need, and it never comes.
When's the last time the AL Central wasn't the most boring division in baseball? Am I wrong about that?
Probably not. But I think they've had some sneaky teams that were decent. But I don't know.
Twins are 9 games above 500.
Yeah. I don't know.
Disgusting
if they really do anything
baseball
for you though. Like
no, not at all.
No.
I hate that division.
Disgusting baseball yesterday in Cleveland between the Twins and the Guardians.
Yeah, I had some interest in that game, and it was just bad baseball.
Yeah, the Twitter fingers were railing against them.
God, I mean, I wish. Like I know that all games are fixed, and one team's throwing it. I just wish I wish I knew who was throwing it that particular day. And yesterday it happened to be the Twins.
Yeah, so you got to get the inside track there somehow.
When is Tony LaRussa going to be fired?
Hopefully yesterday.
I mean,
I just don't know how much longer he can survive. But it's a weird situation where the general manager really doesn't have the power to fire him. Like it's the owner. It's like the owner's buddy. And he kind of went over.
That's how he got the job?
Yeah, so he went over. The general manager is Rick Hahn, and the owner, Jerry Reinsdorf, went over his head and just hired LaRussa.
Which
Reinsdorf is still around?
Yeah.
Man.
Which it was very weird for you guys to hire him because he hadn't coached. When y'all hired him, it was the last time he coached was what, 2011, 2012?
Right, so he's been out of the game for at least a decade, if not more. And I mean, I don't know. There's no way he can connect with this team either. And if you hear his post game, he just mumbles about. I mean, it's rough. It's really bad.
And I
feel like teams take on the identity of their manager to some extent, and there's just no passion. I seem like I don't know.
And I don't like looking at him too because I kind of see my future with that really old man with dark hair coming out of the hat. And I'm like, man, that's going to be me.
Are you going to be wearing a baseball uniform
and a full uniform, just trotting around town, walking around the mall, full uni. Maybe no spikes. Maybe I'll go with the field turf shoes.
It's probably a safe bet. You don't want to slip.
Yeah, I mean, it does get slippery out there. All right, let's see. Toby, I do follow 90s TBS. That is a great follow for old Brave stuff. What other question? Oh, we're talking wide receivers today, East Carolina wide receivers. Patrick, have you started to dive into 2022 ECU football yet?
Honestly, a very little bit, but I am starting to kind of, get a gauge of all what's happening here.
All right, so for you, I was going to ask Iowa receivers. And I'm old, so the first guy I thought of when I thought about this topic was Tim Dwight.
Yeah, that's a legend.
That's going back. I remember him torching the Redskins when he played for the Chargers Week 1 of the Marty Schottenheimer year, which Wes Hines brought up last week.
Yeah, he took us back to those days.
2001.
Mm-hmm. The way he asked the question, you would have thought he was asking in like 4 or 5 years ago. No, he took us back to 2001.
Well, Patrick needs a lot of context. He doesn't know Wes. Wes, not a sports guy, but somehow remembered one year when Washington had Marty Schottenheimer as the coach. So Iowa receivers, who's your all-time favorite?
Probably, I mean, there's really not that much to pick from. It's just,
they're all tight ends. Right?
Once we get to the tight end room, you'll have plenty to choose from. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Does Iowa ever have good receivers?
No, I think the 1 year, I mean, I went to school when he was there, so it probably has a soft spot, but it was Darrell Johnson, Koulianos, DJK.
Okay.
I mean, he was just a fun, big target out there. But, really, there's no guy you're like, I got this guy lined up wide.
Wow. So Darrell Johnson, DJK, is on this list, along with Kevin Casper. I have heard of him. Tim Dwight, Marvin McNutt, Quinn Early, Charlie Jones. Who are these people?
Marvin McNutt, he had a really good catch to beat Michigan State at the buzzer one time. But that's really the only thing that comes to mind.
Sad group of all-time great wide receivers.
You can just put that tag on the offense as a whole, basically.
Good old boring football in Iowa. How about your favorite all-time Bears receiver?
Ooh. Man, that's probably a similar list to Iowa, to be honest with you.
Now, they've got some guys. So I haven't had a quarterback.
Right. I like Brandon Marshall when he was there for a little bit. He actually seemed like a dude.
Brandon Marshall. How about Robinson, his era there?
Yeah.
He
was like non-existent.
Should have been more.
Yeah, he was non-existent last
Wasn't
year.
Kevin White supposed to be something special?
Yeah,
he could just never get on the field. I think he was like 3rd overall pick.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up Brandon Marshall when we talk to Igoe later, because I remember when Central Florida rolled in here, and their big target, their number one guy at the time was Mike Walker, who then in the NFL went by Mike Sims Walker when he played for the Jags and other teams. And Brandon Marshall was like their number 2. Like, you got to put 2 guys on Walker, and that Marshall guy's pretty good. And then it turned out Brandon Marshall was, for a while, one of the top 3 to 5 receivers in the league.
He was incredible.
Okay. Boy, you root for some bad passing offenses.
Yes.
You're a big run-the-ball guy.
Which Iowa doesn't do, right? They're pound the rock, right?
Pound the rock, hit the tight ends.
formation?
Yeah. It's like a pro style. But even if you think about pro style now is slinging the ball everywhere.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, they go 1980s pro style.
Right.
So, some good old boring football. Maybe you'll have more to add on the probably O-line and tight ends.
Right, just, people love watching that.
Yeah, that's my kind of football right there. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more with Patrick Mason from the Daily Reflector and more of your thoughts as well. We'll run over your favorites from ECU past, and want to look at the present, too, because the Pirates have some intriguing options at wide receiver for the 2022 season. We'll dive into that and a lot more when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have brunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint at Christie's Europub today. For the latest information, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit them online at christieseuropub.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money at Carolina Wealth Management. We believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Chandler, I'm going to need you to focus for another hour and 37 minutes. But I do want to make you aware that a Hoist the Colors podcast has dropped. You going to throw up?
No, I'm just...
You don't know you can't control your body at the moment.
Yeah.
A new ep has dropped.
The Hoist the Color podcast.
You need to get you some headphones. Put them inside those headphones. You can listen to that while we do the show here, since you're such a big fan. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, will be joining us coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll be talking ECU wide receivers. I could not remember the gentleman's name that transferred in that Holden Ahlers is hopefully going to make an immediate connection with.
Isaiah Winstead from Toledo.
What are you doing right now? What's up with that?
Focusing. I'm focusing.
All right. I
was just letting you know. You said you couldn't remember his name.
What else do you know about him?
He went to Toledo.
He was a Rocket.
He was Rocket.
A Rocket man. And now he'll be here. So, Patrick, we were talking about it during the break that a position group that has a lot of question marks. I mean, and a big one is C.J. Johnson. Is he... Where, what's his status?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And we still don't have a clear answer on that. Now, he put up that social media post of him in a meeting room, but even after that, I'd heard that he's not like fully back or whatever. So we got to wait on that. If he's still around at this point, I'm thinking he's going to be part of the plan moving forward in the fall. It's just a matter of, it's crazy. So he's a junior, but a COVID junior, right? So he's been here 4 years, and he's participated in spring ball one time.
Wow.
So he's he's like one of these NFL vets that just takes that off.
Right. He has vet days.
He doesn't show up for mini camps.
Yeah,
but
way.
It seems like yesterday he was having that huge game against Desmond Ridder, Luke Fickell, inside Daddy Ficklen Stadium, ECU Cincinnati in 2019, when I believe Holton Ahlers put up 500 yards passing. It was a back and forth game, and he was there in 2019, so he's been here a long time.
And he's made plays, but that was the high mark right now for C.J. Johnson's career at ECU.
And that was 3 years ago.
Exactly. End of discussion?
Done. What else do we have to say?
Period.
What else do we have to say about C.J. Johnson?
Patrick, what do you know about Josiah Hatfield?
Not much. I saw him a little bit, last year, but I guess basically what I've heard is, he's that guy who can
flat out. He's got speed.
You know why he doesn't know much? Because he showed his best of his career before Patrick got here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years since we've seen him.
I want to say in 2019 we were at SMU, and that was a high scoring game between the Mustangs and the Pirates, and Josiah Hatfield was a big part of that game.
Tyler Snead game.
Tyler Snead. He had 19 catches in that game.
Yeah. So and again, Tyler Snead, huge shoes to fill. Not physically, but metaphorically, for this football team. Who's going to fill it? Could be Hatfield at the inside. I've been holding out hope for Tajee Hudson since he made that move from quarterback to receiver, but I don't know. Is he going to rise, Chandler?
You got to rise.
He's got to rise to the standard. I don't know. This is going to be a fun position group to follow during fall camp and see who's getting reps with the ones, who keep an ear out. Who are the coaches talking about, singling out by name? So at this point, I don't know. I don't know who the go-to guy is. If I had to pick a go-to guy in the passing game right now, I would say Ryan Jones, who's a tight end instead of a receiver.
Yeah, even Coach Houston was talking about that. In the fall and winter, even just that, look for him to get involved in the passing game, and that's really not a bad idea, right? Isn't tight ends having a good tight end? You kind of can really change the game,
and that's a position group that was non-existent for years here in East Carolina.
Right.
Well, we've done kind of a 180 on strengths on the offensive side. Every year going into it, receiver would be our strength, and we'd be lacking it at running back, lacking at O-line. And tight end, there was a time where I would just say it wasn't even hardly worth mentioning because they were putting Xavier Smith at tight end, Jeremy Lewis at tight end.
Yeah, two guys that are now on the defensive side of the ball.
Two defensive starters you're really counting on that side of the ball, having to play tight end just as a necessity, just to put somebody out there. Well, now that room is stacked and packed, and the offensive line, it's showing improvement. I think running back is probably the best position group on offense right now,
which is nice just to be able to have some stability somewhere, and just have that. Just have that continuity. And the thing about wide receivers, it's almost like a bullpen where from year to year it can just change so much. A guy can come in here in the training camp and just be awesome, And like you said, we just got to keep an eye on who these guys, who shows themselves can do it.
And man, we were really spoiled. Going from Dwayne Harris to Justin Hardy to
Zay Jones
to Zay, and even in between there with Lance Lewis and other guys, we were super spoiled with very, very talented receivers, and we were hoping C.J. Johnson, and still kind of hoping he could be the next NFL guy here at ECU, and could very well be, but he's got to put it together on the field. We don't have that guy right now, and we had that safety blanket in Tyler Snead that we don't have anymore either.
Yeah, absolutely. I really am very excited for Josiah Hasfield, who we've already mentioned in this segment. I feel like this guy's got a lot of speed and can create a lot of separation. It's a guy that can get down the field, too, and make big plays. We saw it he catch a long ball in the South Carolina game, not from Holt Nailers, but from Tyler Snead in that second game of the year last year. So I'm really looking forward to Josiah Hasfield. And like you said, will Tajee Hudson make an appearance and make an impact on this offense? I feel like we've heard a lot of good things from the coaches, whether that's Mike Houston or Donnie Kirkpatrick, talking about Tajee Hudson. So a former quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Turned wide receiver, so we shall see.
And we'll talk about it more coming up in hour number 3 of today's show. Patrick Mason hanging out inside the Pirate Radio studios. We've got probably the most meaningless baseball game ever on TV right now. Rangers and Royals. Who's the most irrelevant teams in sports today?
Ooh, in sports, huh?
Washington Nationals has to be one.
Maybe, but they won a World Series recently, and that's why I'm reluctant to say Kansas City, because they at least went to a World Series in the last. Well, it's been 6-7 years now.
Yeah, what?
Oh, they beat the Mets.
Yeah,
right?
they won.
Yeah, so
they went to back-to-back ones as well.
I've always considered them very irrelevant, but that's kind of hard to do when they had that success.
You know, someone like the Pirates or something, like they're
pretty irrelevant.
Out of it.
Yeah,
I mean they're out of it by
the Rangers.
March.
Pretty irrelevant, although they had their share of appearances,
and they just signed a bunch of guys, so they're semi-trying.
They're trying, but I would put them in the almost irrelevant category. I mean, the Cincinnati Reds are pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, they're really bad, and their owner is saying, where are the fans going to go? So. They're
basically like daring fans not to show up and pull for the team. NFL, are there any?
The Jets.
Yeah, see, relevancy, because if they were not in New York, they would be the most irrelevant team.
And they have history. If you have to go ways back, but
yeah, I'm talking about, and that factors in, which is why. I mean, I hate to say it, but. Are the Panthers irrelevant right now?
Right now, no. Right now, hell no.
How are they relevant?
How are they relevant?
Yeah.
In the past?
Now. What are you wait, are we doing Abbott and Costello?
Wait, I thought you asked if they are irrelevant.
Yes, it's the current Panthers franchise relevant.
Let's see.
Oh, no, they're not. They're not.
All right, that's what I said.
Okay, no.
Irrelevant. Panthers are not currently relevant. Who else in the NFL?
The Texans?
Yeah, that's bad.
The Houston Texans?
They've kind of,
Yeah, they nosedived.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are those, some Florida teams, like the Jaguars?
Pretty irrelevant. I mean, they've had good random runs. It's kind of like the Rays can't be irrelevant. I mean, the Rays are good, but nobody cares.
Right. I almost think that the answer to this question is, you see Thursday Night Football and you see two teams, and you're like, oh, man, like, I don't want to watch this. Like, those, who's on there?
And a lot of times that's like Browns and Bengals, but now they're kind of relevant. I mean, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase has made Cincinnati relevant. NBA, Chandler, our Hornets are pretty irrelevant.
Very much so.
Which
I hate to agree, but I have to.
Like Orlando Magic.
Irrelevant.
Did you see the Hornets hired the coach that they fired? Then they fired the coach that they hired after they fired this guy.
Yeah, see, they don't know what in the world's going on.
Nah. This team was very relevant 22 or so years ago.
Because they were new?
I was a huge Chris Webber, Jason Williams, Vlade Divac, Sacramento Kings fan. And they are super irrelevant these days.
They were fun to play with on the video game.
Man, what a squad that was. They were so much fun. And they were playing against old Stockton and Malone, so it was like the new school versus the old school. And then, of course, they'd always lose to the Lakers. But they are completely irrelevant right now. Does anybody watch hockey enough to know who's irrelevant in hockey?
I don't ask me that question.
Yeah.
The only hockey I consume, P. Mace, is when I'm on the Hurricanes bandwagon in the postseason.
Yeah.
That's about it. At
least they're in the postseason, pretty recently for a lot of years. So,
are you a hockey guy? You a hockey guy?
Sometimes.
Blackhawks?
Yeah,
if they're good or if they're.
And I did watch a little bit of the Stanley Cup, but
I watched one game. I watched the overtime game. And for that 1 minute and 13 seconds, it was pretty fun. But outside of that, I didn't watch a lot of that. I also didn't watch a lot of the College World Series. I don't know. It was too fresh. The wound was too fresh for a while. And then by the time I started watching, it was pretty much the end of it. How about you?
I'm the same way. Baseball is just so regional, too. So when you see some of these teams, you don't know anyone on it. You're like, The care factor. And baseball is hard for me, whether it's college or pro, to watch a game that my team's not playing. Yeah, I love watching baseball, but you got to have like some sort of star. You got to have some sort of, attraction to watch this team. Like
football, I can turn on any of those crappy Thursday games you're talking about, any MAC game, any Fun Belt, whatever, and watch it and enjoy it. Same with college basketball for the most part, and same with NBA too. But for baseball, I like the Braves. I don't really like baseball.
It's probably just how the game is set up, right? Like you can be excited for something that happens on a Thursday night game and not have an interest one way or the other. You could jump out of your seat and, well, that was a huge hit or that was a nice throw.
It's just like how we are with the Hornets and NBA basketball.
I don't know. The thing about baseball, too, like you don't know when that next good thing's going to happen. You could watch for 30 minutes and there'll be no hits.
Hey, look, everybody likes what they like. It's fine. If you like it, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I do roll my eyes when people say there's 45 different things going on every baseball play. And they're all freaking boring. And those things include, like, stepping off the rubber to look at a guy back to first. Like, okay, well, that's not exciting. I don't care that that's a possibility to happen. It's boring.
Yeah. I mean, the thing what interests me about baseball is, like, just the battle. Every pitch is kind of a battle. And that's just more intensive.
But it's a boring battle.
Yeah, it depends. Well, you got to have something on the line, too. Like, for this game.
I think you should overcompensate and, like, every time a guy steps out of the batter's box, be like, oh, yeah, great step out. That was awesome. Did you see that?
Just go nuts for a pickoff move.
Did you see that guy adjust his batting gloves 4 times? That was cool.
I see what he's doing there.
So the constant battle. Well, the Royals just won that battle.
They act like they won the World Series.
Did they dump Gatorade on somebody?
Did you see the celebration? They showed their manager like a fist pump, like, yeah.
Like they fired up with something, right?
I know. Yeah,
you got 100 more games to go.
Might as well. All right, let's take another break. You want to hang out another segment?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're just kind of rambling here today on Pirate Radio Live, and we'll have more for you when we return after this.
Hey, O's fans, tropical vibes are coming back to Camden Yards. Join the Orioles as they face the Los Angeles Angels on Saturday, July 9th at 4:05. The first 25,000 fans ages 15 and over will receive a Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Make your summer Saturday even better while celebrating the 30th anniversary of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Don't miss out on receiving the most popular giveaway, the Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Secure your tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
The Down East Wood Ducks are at home this upcoming week versus the Kannapolis Cannonballers, June 28th through July 3rd. Join us for Dollar Nashville Lights on Thursday, and on Friday, the first 1,000 fans will receive the Christmas in July jersey sponsored by Lenore Community College. To celebrate Independence Day, Sunday's game will start at 6 p.m. with post-game fireworks sponsored by WNCT Channel 9. Go online to get your tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. Hope to see you at Granger Stadium cheering on the Wood Ducks all week long. Go Woodies!
Experience next-level adventure with Kawasaki Teryx KRX 1000 sports side-by-sides featuring a combination of trail-taming power, sporty performance, and rugged capability. Whichever Teryx KRX 1000 model you choose, you'll experience the ability to take on the toughest trails with unmatched comfort and confidence. Kawasaki Teryx KRX 1000, your world, your adventure. See them today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Everybody wants to get fit and get in shape. You don't have to do it alone. At Kinetic, we have certified personal trainers that will work with you on your customized workout plan to help you reach the fitness goals you always wanted. Choose either to work one-on-one or with a partner, or quickly burn more calories in our high-intensity fat-burning bootcamp classes while having fun with others at the same time. No matter your fitness level, we can help you get the results you want. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
It's bow time. Our biscuit makers know a thing or two about scratch-made buttermilk biscuits.
Actually, it's 49.
That's right, 49 savory steps. So yeah, we know biscuits like the back of our hand. Because, well, these buttermilk biscuits are...
made by hand.
Yep, that Southern know-how is our bread and butter. And if you're still wondering what makes a Bojangles biscuit so good, well, just ask your mouth. Yep, that's what we thought. Come celebrate Bo's Buttermilk Biscuit Month with a scratch-made Cajun Filet biscuit. It's bow time.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right. I probably should verify this, but I'm going to give a shout out to Jenny Shelton. Because 12 minutes ago, she tweeted, "Congratulations, John Isner." You know who that is?
I wish I knew.
He's a North Carolina native. He is a tennis player. And I'm assuming that means he won his match in Wimbledon, which is going on right now. So we need to add Wimbledon to the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard.
Presented by
the Buck.
The Buck.
Novak Djokovic won today.
Djokovic!
In straight sets. I'm looking for Isner is won in 4 sets.
For Andy Murray.
Over Andy Murray. What a star-studded battle that was.
Where's he from in North Carolina?
I want to say...
Is he an Eastern North Carolina legend?
No, I want to say Greensboro. Let me look it up real quick. John Isner, who is a very tall man. I was going to say young man. He's not that young anymore. He is born in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, look at you nailing that.
Jenny says he is from Greensboro. She grew up with the Isner brothers.
Brother. He, according to Wikipedia, I said he was a tall gentleman, is 6'10".
Good gracious.
That is a tall tennis man.
Wow. Tall tennis man.
Patrick, did you ever think in your lengthy frame to play the beautiful sport of tennis?
I've played it for fun sometimes, but like me and my dad would play after dinner some nights and hit the ball.
You got a tennis court in the backyard?
At the park down by the house.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Do you live in a mansion? Oh, did you swim in your Olympic-sized pool?
In your own pool.
Yep. I swam to the Olympic-sized pool.
You dunked in your own basketball court that you had in your mansion.
Well, we played just about every sport growing up. Roller hockey in the park, like a nearby parking lot, and so I got my hands into everything.
Man, fun fact: I can't roller skate.
Really?
I'd go to the parties at Sports World as a kid and just play the video games.
Hey, that's not bad with the arcades there.
Yeah, played the arcade.
Another fun
Did you give it a shot and just couldn't figure it out, or you
I didn't really give it much of an effort, to be honest. But I the couple times I did put skates on, I just couldn't really stand up.
Another fun
I can
fact.
semi-roller skate.
Another fun fact from Jenny regarding John Isner. You might have already said this, but he went to Wake Forest. He's a demon deacon.
That is fun. Robert
and a fact.
Robert asking, has Troy touched him? I guess referring to John Isner. Probably not. We'll see if Troy's touched any famous tennis players coming up Thursday.
John Isner, wasn't he the guy? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and also possibly...
Way off?
No, not way off, but possibly mentioned this earlier and I missed it.
Chandler, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you pull a me?
I may or may not be pulling a Chandler at the moment. Was he not one half of that epically long tennis match?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I recognized that name.
Let me
and
see,
I can't remember who he played against, but it was like a 6-hour. No, it was way longer than 6 hours.
It was 11 hours and 5 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
What? I watched that.
Over 3 days.
Yeah, it took 3 days for them to declare a winner in that match.
Rob Manfred's rolling over in his grave for that one.
Look at this dude. Look how tall he is compared to the other normal-sized humans.
And you know what? It didn't jog my memory until you mentioned about how tall he was, because on TV, he looks mammothly tall.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, because I was actually here in the studio watching the match, and then I went home and watched the match until they stopped it.
Looks like he's playing a Make-A-Wish kid. It's
I know.
another.
He is really that was what jogged my memory. I was like, wait a minute. I believe that's the same dude that played in that epically long match.
The longest game in Wimbledon history, according to Jenny.
Wimbledon.
And for people to be athletic at that height is pretty remarkable. I think they'd be stumbling all over the place.
No kidding. We
6'10"
assume
is crazy.
Like
Is he having to reach down to hit the ball?
Like ECU brings in a 6'10", 11, 7-foot guy, and we're like, all right, this is awesome. And like those guys, especially when they're like 17, 18, look like baby deer. Like I remember, who's our guy?
Andre Washington?
No,
Luigi DeBow.
I'll tell you what, man.
Luigi DeBow?
No, but you disrespect Andre Washington way too much.
He looked like a baby deer. He was a good basketball player.
We need to talk about this situation in this baseball game, too. Guy just got hit. I didn't know they did this in Major League Baseball. I thought this was a college rule.
He leaned into it.
He definitely leaned into it. And the umpire said, no, stay right here. And now the manager is going to come out and talk. Bob Melvin.
Oh, Bob Melvin's about to give him one.
It's a very painful strike.
But what were we talking about? Oh, Andre Washington did what he was supposed to do. He was a defensive center.
I'm not, but he looked ridiculous in the post.
What do you mean? Bad? Ridiculously bad?
He looks just like we just said. These 6'10", 19-year-old, 18, 19-year-olds, they just look awkward.
I disagree. Who's our guy that we watched play for another team?
Oh, God, Charles Coleman.
Charles Coleman is a great example of a guy that just looked awkward.
He also just looked lost all the time.
Yeah, just ran up and down the court. He wasn't used to his big, giant man body. It happens.
It happens.
I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that growing up myself.
That's what really held you back from roller skating.
Yeah. Well, just being nervous about potentially getting a growth spurt while I'm roller skating.
Yeah.
It was all mental.
Feet get too big and you're stuck with
When did you hit your growth spurt?
I think I was still growing probably 2 years into college. Not like massively, but I don't know. I was probably around 6'1"-ish by the time I left school and added another 3 in college.
Yeah. You're still waiting on our growth spurt, Chandler.
It might come.
Who?
Me and you.
Yeah. I want to say I hit my peak.
You think you're done growing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 24 years old.
Yeah, you're probably set.
Yeah.
You're all set?
I think I got mine in middle of high school, so like sophomore, junior year.
Can like sleep upside down maybe and stretch out.
I remember the growing pains.
Oh, yeah?
God, it's hard to sleep. Your leg hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought to myself, I'm just a growing boy. I'm just a growing.
Oh, boy, these summer shows are going to be something else.
I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the show.
We're really reaching at this moment. All right, Patrick, what's going on at the Reflector? You got anything on the horizon?
Actually, tomorrow's paper, it's kind of a little commemorative, I guess you'd say, sports front for the ECU baseball with some cool photos and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of neat. Otherwise, yeah, we're just kind of looking for some various stories, different features, profiles, kind of stuff like that. Because it's definitely a time where things slow down a little bit, obviously, until football kicks
First
up.
full season of ECU football coming up for you.
Yeah, I'm really pumped for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then there'll be a time, November, you'll be kind of double dipping with ECU basketball, ECU football, and the next thing you know, we'll be back into baseball swing.
I know.
Yeah, you have rushed all the way to 2023.
Yeah.
Troy D over here.
I mean, could you imagine?
And really, once you get through July, it's here because August is fall camp. For us, will be
media day.
Yeah, well, they do that kind of mid to late. Sometimes around the first or second week of practice, probably mid August. But for us, we'll be talking high school football, which begins in mid August. So July is it, really. It's here in August. And I always say August is the best sports month because you got your fantasy drafts, you've got the hype of the season coming up, and we don't have to watch our crappy teams lose.
Yeah.
We can just think about maybe they'll be good this year.
There's nothing better than watching your team on the come up, like that year before they're great, because everything there's no expectations, everything's great, it's fresh, it's awesome. And when it's finally here, it's like, oh man.
Well, you have nothing to look forward to this year.
I was going to say, what team is that
Chicago
for you?
sports?
Yeah.
No. I bet the White Sox are probably the most disappointing team in baseball.
And, I was just referring to the Bears and their season coming up.
Them too. They're going to be a 5-win team, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
We talked about Fields yesterday in the quarterback. We didn't talk. Who are the Bears receivers this year?
Darnell Mooney is their number one.
Which is pretty good Tulane guy.
Yeah, he's fine, and maybe he can be awesome, but other than that, it's really, really slim. Honestly, it's really bad.
Oh, you guys got Byron Pringle from the Chiefs,
right? And that's what I mean. It's like none of these guys
Who cares?
Yeah, you're never excited by any of these guys, and even Justin Fields, we need to wonder if he's even good.
Let's look at these. Oh, they got
Equiminius
St. Brown. And Mooney, who you mentioned. Dante Pettis. I thought he was going to be good. That's the Boise State guy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For years and years ago. Tajay Sharp, who played for the Titans.
Yeah, collection of guys.
Who are these guys? Okay.
It's going to be bad.
And a tight end, Cole Kmet. Is he worth drafting in fantasy?
Maybe just a little safety valve.
They don't have receivers.
And the offensive line is in shambles too, so he might just be a good dump off before he gets killed kind of option.
What a bad team.
It is.
That's not good.
No.
All right, so there's Bears football. We do, I guess I might bring back the Friday football fan preview where we talk to a fan of each and every team and preview their teams.
Is there a fan of 30 teams?
I can't find a Jags fan usually. I feel like I did find a Niners fan. There are some teams that I do struggle finding a fan, but for the most part, I got people.
Yeah, everyone's got a football team.
Either like Corey Glore has been my Bears guy over the last few years.
Nice,
You have that honor now.
I just missed him, right?
So. And also just like people that I've interacted with on Twitter or whatever, if I don't know anybody personally. So
some nice Texas fans, I'm sure, can.
I got one Houston Texans fan, Jake, that goes to trivia, is a random Texans fan. So he's my guy
Have
there.
you ever had him on the show to talk Texans football?
Yeah, he's
talk about a rough team to be a fan of.
Terrible interview, and a terrible team.
Yeah, that's really not good.
Goes hand in hand.
Who is their quarterback? Oh, the rookie from last year.
Either that or
Mills?
Davis
Mills.
Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Kyle.
He wasn't bad. Remember? He wasn't terrible.
No. But that's
who's the receivers is the question.
All right, let's look up this Houston Texans depth chart. This is
welcome to the summer, everybody.
This is
They still have David Johnson?
No.
Who's their running backs?
No. David Johnson, what are you talking about?
Did they bring him? Where did David Johnson end up? Because he left. Yeah.
He's still there?
No.
From Arizona?
No, he's not there.
No, I wasn't saying there's no way.
Now I'm looking up that.
Now you're going somewhere else.
David Johnson.
He might be just a free agent.
On the couch.
Yeah, he's nowhere. Man, I loved him. I thought he was going to be on my fantasy team for the rest of my life.
You have pothead Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, they got John Mechie from Alabama. Wow. Brandon Cooks is the vulture there, taking up all the catches. That's right.
Philip Dorsett.
Nico Collins is a cool name. Can't say that I know him. Yeah, I do know Philip Dorsett.
They have Marlon Mack, who we've talked about. We talked about him last week.
Boy, do the Bears and Texans meet up this year?
I'm not sure. They might meet up on the draft board at 1 and 2.
Texans going to be a long year for them.
And that's the worst part. Is just knowing you're going to go into the winter and watching football and your team's terrible.
The great thing is, though, if you choose to participate, you have pools, you have gambling, you have fantasy, you have a lot of other things you can do while your team stinks. That's why. I think that's why I love fantasy football so much, because I realize that I don't just have to suffer through a Washington season. I can lose in fantasy too.
And like we said, that's a sport where you can just turn on a game and watch it.
Absolutely. Especially when your team stinks and they never get primetime games. You get rid of yours at 1 o'clock on Sunday, then the rest of the weekend's awesome. You get to watch real teams play.
A lot of Red Zone channel this year.
Heck yeah. Looking forward to some NFL Red Zone. All right, Patrick, thanks for hanging out. You going to try to make it a trivia tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I think it'd be fun.
Make an effort, and we'll see how you do. It'd be fun to get you out there tonight at AJ McMurphy's 8 o'clock. Come on out. We'll be having a good time tonight and each and every Wednesday night. Patrick, we are off next week, so we'll shoot you a text in a couple weeks, see if we can get you back on.
Yeah, we'll get a goof off again.
Yeah, let's
do it.
We'll struggle through July.
The next thing you know, we'll be talking about ECU football.
I know. It is going to come before we know it. We'll be all over it.
August is going to be great as far as content purposes. July, a lot of nonsense. Glenn is really excited about bringing back Pirate Radio Survivor, where we enter names into a random, just like a random generator, and it plays an entire game of Survivor.
Okay.
And we've done that in the past. Are you a Survivor fan? Have you ever watched the show?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I know what it's about.
But we haven't done it in the last 2 years.
2 years. We might have plants and torches and really do it up in here and really get it popping.
In fact, our past winners, we've done it twice, are Jeff Comfer, former East Carolina AD, and Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. Our past winners.
Wow, and the Preseason
Comfer the first year?
I think Comfer won the first ever Survivor.
First season.
Yeah.
What did he say when he won?
Thank you for allowing me to win.
It was Comferbot. That was a swerve.
It was.
I believe it was Comferbot. It was
need Kyle from LaGrange to call in and again.
All right, we say a lot of stuff. Patrick has no idea what we're talking about. We're just trying to ingrain you in ECU athletics.
Just gotta soak it in.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Patrick. We'll see you, man.
Yep, see ya.
Take a timeout. Come back. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors. Igoe, by the way, said the Mariners are irrelevant, but now they've got some talent. I feel like they have a pretty strong local fan base that goes to games there. As far as making the playoffs, they are the most irrelevant because they have the longest drought. But I don't know. They got cool uniforms. They got a lot going for them.
Igoe's repping the Mariners, though.
Yeah.
Repping the shirt.
Cool colors. So, all right, we'll take a break, come back, talking wide receivers and more when we return after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week.
Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations, in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you here, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, the Big Dog, Glenn Griffin, Chan Man, and Stephen Igoe. We are watching the Dwayne Harris ECU highlight tape from many moons
Stat
ago.
to consider, Stephen Igoe.
This is
Dwayne Harris had no punt return touchdowns.
Well, there hasn't been a punt return touchdown since Travis Williams in 2004, despite Dwayne Harris becoming He was like close at least 5 times.
Every return he had was awesome.
Like he never gets tackled by the first guy. It's just he's always slipping out of a tackle or like eluding somebody. He had the strongest balance of like power and vision and elusiveness of any ECU ball carrier.
Chandler, you were watching this yesterday. You also pulled up his NFL highlights, and he had a ton of good returns.
He made a killing off of returns in the NFL.
Especially the one that was right there by the goal line where he picked it up and took
against
off
the
running.
Denver Broncos.
Yep.
I remember it vividly.
Oh, that was against the Broncos?
Sorry, Igoe.
He also
Monday Night Football, and at the end, John Gruden, man, he's like, that dude in here is good, man.
I love that kid. But I was,
hard news,
as it happened, I wasn't even mad just because it was.
Oh, he took one to the house against Washington, and I was mad. What did John? Where did you guys get? Or where did Dwayne go to college, man?
Oh, man, he went to East Carolina, man, in Greenville, North Carolina, man. Sub Dogs, man, they're the #1 bar in America, man. 3-time champ, man.
You sending the emails?
No, man, I don't do that no more, man.
Okay.
Strictly text, man.
Strictly text. All right, Dwayne continuing to elude people as we talk wide receivers today. Let's welcome in officially, though, our guest, man of the hour, Stephen Igoe.
I go. He's the one you know. I go. He's Big Boomer's bro. I go. He's good at MLB The Show. I go.
Where did Chandler go?
I go. I'm sitting right here, bro. I go. This song continues to grow. I go.
Can we just get back to the show?
I go.
Hi, this is Mike Oresco.
I go. Dave Doran lost to Coach Mo. I go. Ho, ho, ho! I go.
And we're back live.
Yeah, we're clearly running low on ideas.
Oh, dude, me and Clip were like the thinker, the statue, like today, trying to figure out what we were going to say next.
Let's just go ho, ho, ho.
We've got some, but we want to make them funny, or at least kind of funny.
We've already got an idea for next week, so stay tuned. He takes a beating right here.
I forgot what we got for next week. All right, Shirley, let's keep the drops coming. Let's introduce today's topic on our position previews. I'm holding.
What's your favorite position?
Wide
receiver. That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
Talking wide receivers, and Steven, for the first time this position preview season, I actually have a lot of questions and concerns, even.
I was actually hoping that we would come in and you would give your projected wide receiver depth chart and see how it stacks up.
All right, fine. You want it? You got it.
First off, I want you to name all the transfer receivers coming in.
Isaiah Winstead.
He is 1 of 3.
Jalen Johnson.
2 of 3.
And then there is, of course,
Barkevion Elijahwan Jr.
Who is the third?
Derek Garner from Duke.
I knew it.
I knew that. I was going to say that.
That was one of the best catches he made, by the way.
Dwayne one-handed over.
Still didn't get tackled by anybody. He just fell down. Like, the guy is just insane, man. I don't even want to talk about upcoming receivers. I just want to talk about Dwayne Harris.
Let's do it.
Fine.
How long is this highlight video, by the way?
It sounds like
It's like
you're
9 minutes.
taking over the show today. You're a little role reversal here.
Yeah.
I mean, you are coming off a fresh edition of the Hoist the Colors podcast, which dropped earlier.
You damn
today.
right you are.
Have you listened to it yet?
Not yet.
We've been on the
It's
show.
fresh.
You were supposed to put it inside your earbuds so you could listen to both at the same time.
Man, I'm professional.
He is a professional. Now, I want to start today with the upcoming guys, Igoe.
That's fine.
I'm going to have Isaiah Winstead. That just bothers me because Peyton Winstead.
Just call him Zay.
Zay Winstead.
That bothers me because of Zay.
Zaystead.
Can we get him a new name? So I'm going to have him. Okay, after I say a name, you tell me if you think they could indeed be a starter. Isaiah Winstead.
Indeed.
Okay. Josiah Hatfield.
Indeed.
How many am I naming?
I mean,
4 or 3?
Are we going projected lineup, or am I just saying a possible starter?
You said depth chart, so how many receiver positions are there?
I mean,
X, Y, Z.
3. Yeah. I mean,
I've got another one for an answer.
You want to tag team this?
Yeah.
All right, let me tag you in. All right.
Tajee Hudson.
No. I wish, but no.
I mean, potentially, but I don't think he'll start.
Oh.
I mean, here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. Dwayne Harris, Justin Harney.
Hey, go back to Lance Lawrence.
So I've heard that C.J. Johnson's been working in the slot some. So you could be looking at a receiving combination of Zay Winstead, C.J. Johnson, and Jarrett Garner or Jalen Johnson on the other side.
So what's the Duke guy's name again?
Jarrett Garner.
Jarrett Garner. Gardner or Gardner?
Jarrett Garner.
Gardner?
Garner.
So no D.
Like Garner, North Carolina, the city.
Thank you.
Jarrett with 2 R's and 1 T.
So, no, it's not.
I think it is. Jesus.
Well, first
It's
of all,
1 R and 2 T's, or 2 R's and 1 T. I'm pretty sure it's Jarrett 1 T.
Oh, I thought you meant in Gardner.
No. Yeah. There's 2 R's.
Nerd.
The T is silent.
By the way, he and Winstead are not on the roster.
But they're here.
They're here.
Yeah, roster just hasn't been updated with all the incoming guys.
10-4.
10-4.
So CJ was going to be my wild card to put in the starting lineup. But hearing you say, so they like, you like Gardner too. Who likes Gardner? You or them?
Wait, are you saying Gardner or Garner? Garner.
Yeah.
Garner, everybody likes Garner.
Okay. Everybody likes
people
Garner.
like him. He just had some injury issues there. I mean, 6'3", he can run. You know, here's the deal.
Stop saying that. Just tell us. You don't have to set it up.
All right. Nobody knows. Like, I mean, at this point, it's wide open. Now, I strongly believe Isaiah Winstead will start somewhere.
Why did he leave? Just, is he like moving up? Or?
Yeah, so he started at Norfolk State, and then he went to Toledo, and now he's going to ECU. Okay. So he graduated, and he wanted to put himself in the best position possible to make the NFL. So.
Now, Clip asked me this question a while ago. He says, what else do you know besides that? What do you know about Isaiah Winstead? I could not answer that question. Can you?
He looks absolutely the part. He's 6'3", 215, and I saw him at the spring game, and I thought he was a defensive end recruit, and they were like, no, that's Isaiah Winstead. I'm like, okay, well, he's pretty big. He's motivated. He told me he worked out on his own when he came on his official visit, and, you know, that speaks highly, I think, of his motivation level because he really wants to make it to the next level.
He's trying to make it to the league.
Yeah, and, you know, he's produced, like, you look at potential proven commodities.
Like an Aaron Jarman.
Like an Aaron Jarman.
Who had, how many catches before he got here? Was it one?
It was never about catches. It was about his blocking.
Okay, all right.
He was proven as a blocker.
But so this guy has actual numbers.
Yes, Isaiah Winstead is a proven commodity. His floor is a number 2 receiver. Like, wow. He has had, like, 600 yards pretty much every season. If you average out over the, you know, I think he led Toledo in 2020 with, like, 470 yards, but that was in, like, 4 games because of COVID. So, like, his yards per catch, he's a big play guy. He's produced every single year of his college career. So, like, he's a proven commodity if he's on the field.
But the feeling is he's never been in a really good offense or a really good quarterback situation, so he thinks he can be a number one guy. ECU feels like he can be as well. Garner, a little bit less of a proven commodity. I mean, he's made plays, but he has never done it consistently, but he's got talent. Again, he had an injury, knee injury early in his career that kind of slowed him down. And then when you look at Jalen Johnson, I mean, Georgia, he actually played a good amount at Georgia. Played a lot on special teams, played a lot at receiver, but I mean, it's Georgia. Like, they're just stacked. And they had like 3 or 4 NFL receivers, and he was in the 2 deep. So, to me, all 3 of those guys have a chance to contribute. But, you know, we talk about all the time with transfers, like having the chance and then actually coming in and proving you can do it and buying into the offense, getting the chemistry down are 2 different things.
So we hit on a lot of, you hit on a lot of newcomers there. Well done. A great job on this segment. How about, I like homegrown talent, Igoe. Let's talk about those guys. I'm going to ask a question about all these guys. One question to you. Will my guy, Andre Pegues, have a catch this year?
Yes, he will have a catch.
Dang, that's my only question.
What makes him your guy?
Because he's tall.
Clip falls in love with these 6'3",
like a Terrell Green,
200-pound receivers. Which
Terrell Green was my guy.
Technically speaking, like all the transfers are that way too. So
right, yeah, you just said Winstead 6'3", right?
Yep. And so, you know, the thing I do like most about this receiving corps is they have the option to move guys in and out. Like Josiah Hasfield could play in or out. Kerry King has played in or out. C.J. Johnson could play in or out. Like, so you know, you can move Ryan Jones to slot. You can move Shane Calhoun to slot. So you could split Ryan Jones outside. I mean, there's just so many different combinations. I don't know how it's going to look come September 3rd, and I think that's something they'll probably try and keep quiet, because if you're NC State and you have all these new receivers to prepare for, potential of C.J. Johnson, the tight ends, the backs, like there are a lot of different things ECU can do personnel-wise in terms of how they actually line up versus, hey, they just have 2 tight ends on the field, or they have a tight end on the field, but where are they going to line up?
A couple other guys I want floors and ceilings for Tajee Hudson and the Macho Man himself, Tyler Savage. For the 2022 season.
I mean, floors, they're just backups like they were last year.
Okay, ceiling,
Tyler Savage is another guy who could play in or out. He actually spent the spring playing some slot, hybrid tight end role. I mean, he could develop into a kind of a third down guy. I think be a steady option to move the chains. He's got good size. So I don't exactly know how they envision using him or how they want to use him this fall. So I would say the ceiling is higher for Tajee Hudson because of his athleticism and leaping ability, and he'll probably play outside. But I could see Savage kind of becoming a safety net underneath bigger target.
All right, more catches in 2022, Kerry King or Macy O'Donnell?
I mean, that's a very good question, because Maceo is more of the steady, reliable. He's going to make the underneath Tyler Snead plays. Kerry King's more the explosive guy, so I'm going to go Maceo.
We're talking about all these guys, like these last 4 guys I mentioned, though. Where are they, in your opinion, on the depth chart? Yeah, that's the unknown right now.
I mean, they could start, or they could be top backups.
Like, it could be a situation like 2 years ago with the running backs, where Mike Houston was like, whoever has the best week in practice will start.
I mean, that's how you have to approach it, because who outside of C.J. Johnson, who is working his way back from a suspension, probably going to, I would imagine, open preseason camp not as a starter.
Right.
You know, who has the trust of Holton Ahlers and the coaching staff right now?
Right.
In that room. Like, if you're going to go into the game day on September 3rd, like, who's your number one guy? You don't know. In theory, yeah, it could be Winstead. It could be C.J. Johnson. But until the guy actually proves it in a game, until then, the only sample size we know is practice. So it really is going to come down to practice. Like, that's a lame answer, but that really, what else can you base it on?
People were excited about the Patterson from Marshall when he came in. Where is he at right now?
He's not going to play this year. He's academics.
So he's out.
So he's still on the team, but yeah, he can't play this year.
Okay. Well, that's
my understanding.
Where he'll be. How about young cop, T-Cop Jr. Is he, special teams? Is he getting on the field at receiver?
There's a couple walk-on receivers like him and Josh Murphy and another guy. Well, I guess Kerry King was a walk-on. He was placed on scholarship that I think could contribute. Like Josh Murphy to me was very impressive in the spring. But Cop, I think he's worked some in the slot again. Another guy who's kind of moved all over and knows the offense. But I could see him contribute on special teams and as a backup.
All right, and they cloned Tyler Snead and added a few inches and renamed him Brock Spalding.
Yeah.
He is what, a true freshman?
He is a true frosh.
So he probably, red shirts?
I would think so, but he was another guy that, to me, in the spring game, like some receivers, especially the inside guys, like, you either have it or you don't. Like, you can develop, sure, like, he needs to get stronger. But, like, they threw him the ball 5 times. He caught it. He looked fluid, making the catch, cutting upfield, making some guys miss. Like, he just looks like a natural slot receiver to me. And so, yeah, I mean, you can say, oh, well, he's not the fastest or the biggest kid. Maybe this guy has, player X has higher upside. But to me, if, like, he's ready and he knows the offense, I'm fine throwing him out there. If he can prove he can handle it, because I think he's going to catch the ball and he's going to, I think he's going to do his job.
Looking at the numbers from last year, you're losing Tyler Snead and Audio Matosho. That is 107 catches for over 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns. So that's quite a bit right there. Your next leading receiver is your tight end, Ryan Jones, 37, 442, 5 touchdowns. We didn't talk about this last week with the running backs, but do we see an uptick, you think, in catches from Keaton Mitchell? Rajay had 24 last year. Mitchell had 22 for the Pirates. Is that, what do you think that number looks like this season?
This is another good question, because you start to look at this offense and you're like, in theory, yeah, we want to get them the ball more, but there's a lot of weapons. You got the tight ends, you got the running backs, you got all these receivers. So, like, how do you best divvy it up? Do you go into a game and you say, we want to get Keaton 3 catches, we want to get Rajay 3 catches? Like, I don't know if you go in thinking that or if it just happens naturally, but I do think. I thought last year Keaton, when he caught the ball, was extremely explosive, but he had some drops too, so I feel like that's a part of his game he can continue to evolve in. Rajay, I think, had some really good catches. He had some, especially in the red zone, I think he made a few catches where he either got a touchdown or got big first downs. They weren't like explosive plays, but they were crucial plays. And so that's something I think they can continue to build on, as both those guys obviously are still growing as blockers too.
Also losing 19 returns from a year ago with Tyler Snead, 12 punt returns, 17 kick returns. We've talked running backs and receivers so far.
Is this the receiver preview or the special teams preview?
Wow.
But now we're going for receivers, running backs. We're going tight ends too. By the way, is tight ends included in the receivers preview?
Have we talked about tight ends?
We talked special teams and running backs, so might as well.
Tyler Snead.
You're going to ask who the return candidates are?
That's not totally what I was going to ask.
You're going to ask, is a receiver going to be a potential?
Now you see what I'm going to ask, because we lost the guy that was a receiver doing those things. Is a receiver or a running back, since we have talked about that, and we're not talking special teams, and we're damn sure. We're damn sure not going to let you say a cornerback's name here.
Fleming.
No, we're not going to let you do that, because we're not there yet. We're not even close to there yet.
Fleming is going to be the punt returner, probably.
Well, don't say that, though. Hey, don't listen.
You're asking the question.
We're not talking special teams.
Answer my question. Will a running back or receiver take up some of those returns, be the punt returner or the kick returner this year for ECU?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I got for you, yes.
All right, we'll end it with that. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back.
We're talking receivers.
And only
We're talking wide receivers.
Sure, let's go ahead and open up the booty bag here, too.
Bump it. Bump it.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Hey.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Hey.
God, I really want to talk about Teagan Wilk. But we can't.
No.
We're not going to.
No.
Save it for July, early August. All right, Shirley, what are we giving away today?
How about lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers?
Lunch for 2 at the Breaker? Okay. Okay.
Say less.
How do you spell okay? O-K-A-E. According to Wes.
O-K-I-E.
Steven, how'd you like Are You Smarter Than Wes?
Oh, I really enjoyed that, by the way. I couldn't stop laughing. Congrats on your big...
Yeah, man. I'm still living on cloud 9. I am living the dream.
I honestly thought you would roll, man. I was surprised it took overtime. Were you taking it easy on him?
Nah.
Ronnie said
it's about ratings, and I knew I had to go tit for tat with Wes.
Ronnie said he had to quit watching because he was watching it at work and was laughing so loud he had to stop and save it for later. All right, Shirley, what call are you looking for?
I'm going to go with caller 10.
Caller 10, 317-1250. We're back with more after this.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there and go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. To get the business services that are right for your business today, contact the team of experienced local bankers at First Bank. The team includes bankers you can trust like Ashley Capps, Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nesbitt. First Bank, together with their customers, they're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. First Bank, located on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. And congratulations to Tracy Allen of Greenville. Picked up lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip.
All right, we're talking wide receivers with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors, Clip Rock, the big dog, Glenn Griffin here, Shirley Rhodes, Chan Man. All right, Igoe, let's talk about the past. And my all-time favorite is Dwayne Harris, and it should be everybody's, but it's not, and that's okay, that's fine. Who's your all-time favorite EC receiver?
It's the same. It's Dwayne Harris. I mean, we've talked about it before. Not only, I think both of our favorite football players is Dwayne Harris as far as ECU, just
all
because
time, every position,
special teams, receiver, quarterback, running, like he did everything, and he was. We were talking about with the highlights earlier. You know, there were blocking highlights where he was just leveling dudes. There were highlights of him breaking tackles. There were highlights of him running by guys. I mean, he was just a machine.
They didn't show the 2007 Virginia Tech game when Rob Cass was suspended. I believe there was a lot of plays where he ran out of the Wildcat.
He did some Wildcat.
Yeah, that was his first ever game, too.
Yeah, because that was the Brett Clay game.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Brett Clay started. Pick six to Macho Harris. Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, Chandler, favorite receiver, Dwayne
Harris.
And big dog.
Dwayne Harris.
Okay.
I feel like anybody that watched him play.
Let's talk about, I guess, most underrated.
All right, well, that's the next category.
Okay, all right.
Most underrated.
There's a lot.
I couldn't.
First person I think of, and I feel like he was just here for 1 year, Cam Worthy.
Okay.
Cam Worthy is a really good pick.
Cam Worthy and Lance Lewis are like in that category.
Like that Virginia Tech game in 2014, Cam Worthy went off.
He had a monster season. One season.
5
Was
catches.
that the only year he was in ECU uniform?
He was a walk-on JUCO. In his first year, he was more special teams. And then I think that year he had a 1,000-yard receiving season.
But I feel like every time Shane Carden threw the ball down the field to him, that there was a chance that he was going to catch that football.
He said, for most underrated, Cam Worthy beat Virginia Tech in Blacksburg by himself.
He did.
Let me look up those official numbers.
Like 5 catches for 230-something yards or something crazy.
All of them were like 40-plus yards down the field, it seemed like.
Well, this is because they just played... They blitzed the house and played single coverage with a high safety. And finally, it was Lincoln versus Bud Foster. They finally figured out how to beat him. Basically, just throw deep balls and one-on-one plays.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Let's see. Shane Carden ran into the end zone late. Cam, 6 for 224.
Good gracious. No touchdowns.
6.
Yeah, they were all like 40-yard catches, like you said.
Yeah.
Dang, Bryce Williams had a touchdown, though.
He did, and then he forgot to get on the field for the extra point.
That's right. Bryce Williams, famously. Touchdown, and ECU had 10 men on the extra point against the best special teams in the country.
Which we did not know about until he told us about it and then made us watch the game.
That was a nice little nugget, yeah.
So Worthy had 19 catches for 295 yards in 2013, and then 55 for 1,016, averaging 19 yards per catch.
I would say very underrated.
Yeah.
To have a 1,000-yard season.
Andre Allison, to me, super underrated. You know, he was another JUCO kid, Skip Holtz era. He was like one of the first dynamic playmakers under the Holtz regime.
Big time. And kind of led the way to the winning ways of East Carolina football, bringing back the winning ways after the Thompson era.
A name that I saw today when I was making the wide receivers graphic, Davon Grayson.
Yeah, that's a good call. Very good call.
I mean, he was here. He made an immediate impact in 2013. I remember that Old Dominion game, the game that we talked about a couple of weeks ago with Taylor Heineke putting up, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Davon Grayson kind of burst onto the scene in that game.
He had 3 touchdowns, I want to say, his first 2 college games, if I'm not mistaken. And Zay Jones was the known, but we had Justin Hardy at that time, right?
Yes.
Hardy and Jones played together, right? So we knew Zay Jones because of his father, Robert. Davon kind of snuck in and played as a true freshman. He was a true freshman, right?
Right.
Yeah, in that
and had a couple TDs.
ODU game, I think he had 3 and Zay had 1. And that was the Taylor Heineke game.
Yeah. You sticking with us here?
Yeah.
Paying attention?
I'm getting text from a Mariners fan who's texting me about Julio Rodriguez hitting a bomb. So I was checking.
Why are y'all fighting everybody?
No, it's the Angels' fault, man. Don't get me started on that, because I would take at least the rest of the show to explain what happened.
We're not going to get sidetracked. Any other underrated guys? Glenn, Igoe.
Bodie, Andrew.
Yeah.
Good possession guy.
Yeah.
Jamar Bryant's a guy that was could have been good, but was not.
I wanted to put him underrated, but I think he was overrated when he came. Did he come from Georgia or something? He was recruited by Georgia. There was some SEC school involved where either he was going to go there. I don't know.
Yeah, he was Georgia military, and I think he had committed to Georgia
to the Bulldogs. Yeah. So I don't know if he's underrated, but maybe a little. I don't know.
I think he's forgotten about. He was better than people remember.
He's definitely forgotten about because I forgot about him until I saw those Dwayne Harris.
What about a friend of the program, Philip Henry?
He was, for what he was, for as small as he was,
perfect walk-on
life.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I don't know if they win that Carolina game without him. He had some big plays late in the game, last drive.
Yeah.
So I love PH.
Where do we put? It was maybe too recently removed from them, but Blake Pearl and Snead, I feel like will be underrated as time goes on.
Have we talked about Lance Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah. Lance Lewis, to me, is...
Good question.
He's underrated.
Definitely underrated.
Yeah.
All right, next category is play involving an ECU receiver. Here's a sneaky one. TJ Lee block punt.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the TJ Lee block punt.
But that's almost unfair.
We'll save that for the special teams preview.
Dwayne Harris had pretty much every Dwayne Harris play could be mentioned. Lance Lewis, Mossing, Stephon Gilmore in Charlotte.
I've got that on that graphic.
Andre Allison, season opener, 50-yard touchdown from James Pinckney, diving into the end zone.
Andre Allison mossing the dude for NC State, running into the end zone and giving the Wolfpack.
That's the one.
To the NC State fans.
Actually, I don't think he dove in the Duke game. He did the flip in the West Virginia game and got flagged.
Yeah.
What's the cat that pulled out the...
Larry Shannon pulling out the towel.
Let's get it. Yes.
Legendary moment. Good stuff.
Justin Hardy had some nasty catches against UConn in the corner of the end zone. One-handed catches.
Yeah, anytime Justin went one-handed, it was a special moment. So, good stuff there.
I feel like there was a classic Justin Hardy catch that...
Matt Redman wants us to talk about Keith Stokes.
Yeah, I mean, that's another JUCO guy, right? Wasn't he JUCO?
I don't recall.
I think he was, but he was another guy that was just an absolute beast on special teams and in the slot.
Catching runs and
CFL
punt returns.
Hero.
So a lot of Stokes love from Matt on Facebook Live. All right, and finally, receiver performances against East Carolina. Let me run off some of these. Chris Penn, his name came up with the Gus Farrat thing.
Everybody remembers that.
Didn't Southern Miss have an unreal guy that was pro level?
I remember Jamie Collins on their defense. He was just
he was awesome. Collins says Alshon Jeffrey with South Carolina. Yeah. Southern Miss, Alex said DeAndre Brown, Southern Miss. But he does have a question mark on
he was the 5-star kid.
Trav says Jacoby Myers, 13 catches, 163 yards against ECU.
There was a dude for Tulane who had 3 catch. Maybe Mooney in that 2018 game.
Ryan Grant went to Tulane.
Russell on Twitter, I saw him mention James Cleveland with Houston in that championship game in Greenville. This was his stats. If I could pull it up. 19 receptions, 241 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That shouldn't even count.
And they lost.
That's not even fair. Oh, man, love this name, Robert. Isaac Bruce from Memphis said he saw him play several times. Awesome wide receiver. Yes, he was. I remember...
I didn't know Isaac Bruce played for Memphis.
I don't remember the numbers they put up. Mike could Google it up, but I remember UCF coming to town to play East Carolina, and Mike Walker was their big-time receiver who turned into Mike Sims Walker, and Brandon Marshall was their number 2. I don't know the games they had that day, but I remember in the pregame, everybody was focused on Mike Walker and Brandon Marshall. He wasn't an afterthought, but he was not the number 1, and I found that interesting.
I remember that too because I remember I think ECU won the game because maybe that was the Travis Simmons pick game where he had a long return, but either way, Israel was their quarterback, UCF. But I just remember Brandon Marshall, I think, scored late in the game, and thinking like that dude looks like a beast.
This doesn't count, but Kenny says Shane Carden catching the bowl game. He was a quarterback, but my underrated receiver in ECU football history, Cam Worthy, threw that football.
Oh, wow. A walk-off?
Well, we are discussing
who is the best quarterback that was...
Performances, right?
Who's the best wide receiver that threw passes? Who was the best quarterback of the wide
Dwayne
receivers?
Harris.
It's Dwayne.
Yeah.
Hardy
threw a couple good ones.
He was pretty good. How about this, Igo?
Snead was good.
Yeah, Snead was a beast.
So I got the numbers from ECU.
I mean, that gun to Hatfield last year.
Oh, my God.
was
The South Carolina game?
Dime.
Nasty.
Let's wrap it up here. A box score from ECU and UCF 2005.
Let's do it.
Stephen Moffitt was the quarterback for UCF.
Moffitt.
10 for 25. Had 10 completions. Mike Walker, 7 for 110, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Marshall, 3 for 71. That was all their catches for the whole game. They did have Kevin Smith run for 91 yards and some other guy run for 113 yards. Hey, Skip, what's going on with the defense? James Pinckney, 270, 3 interceptions. Oh, dear. The Pirates were led on the ground that day by Brendan Fractious. 10 carries, 107 yards, 2 scores. Dominic Lindsay had 73 yards. Chris Johnson, 56 yards. Zach Baker, 1 carry, 44 yards. Little fake punt action. Zach Baker, the playmaker. Bobby Good, 1 carry, negative 10 yards.
So was that the Casey Ross pick 6 game? Do you have a scoring summary?
ECU lost this game 30 to 20.
So it was a game. Ross, I think they won the game. He had a pick 6.
But man, love these names. Jarek Hewitt had a catch. East Carolina cornerback. That's weird.
He started, I think, as a receiver, then moved to corner.
Andre Allison, 6 for 90. Philip Henry, 6 for 79. Underrated, folks. Bobby Good, Juwan Crowell, Brian Howard, Sean Levesque, tight end.
Yeah.
Sean Harmon, he was an offensive lineman, wasn't he?
I think he started as a tight end.
Oh, okay. 1 catch, 8 yards. Love looking at some old names here. So Robert Lee, who had the kicking duties, and Ryan Daughtery, the great punter, had the punting duties that day.
I feel like we've gone this entire segment without talking really about Justin Hardy and Zay Jones.
Yeah.
I just saw a play from our friend Chad Moore from the Carolina game, the black uniforms in Chapel Hill game.
Hardy block?
Where the Hardy block.
Laid his ass
laid him out, brother. We talk a lot about Dwayne's blocking.
Yeah, Justin was a beast.
It through the wide receiver U era, all those guys could do all phases of the game.
You're very right, Igo, but like they kind of classed themselves out of this discussion. And Dwayne did too, but he's far removed now, so we have to remind new people about Dwayne. But like 10 years from now, we'll talk more about Hardy and Zay. They were just...
I mean, just the fact that they back-to-back broke the all-time receptions record.
And we didn't even mention them.
Like, oh, yeah, they're just the top 2 receiving leaders in FBS history.
I think it's because of... It's more with Zay than Justin is the lack of winning.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now, Justin won. He won quite a bit.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's more with Zay. It was at
just
the end
his
of
last
Justin's
year
career.
was stained just by Scotty Moe.
Yeah.
Because did Zay have And I know you need to leave. We can hit the music shortly.
Oh, good.
What were Zay's memorable plays? Memorable game, South Carolina.
Yeah, games where he had tons of catches.
He had an awesome touchdown against UNC in the 70-point, diving.
Oh, yeah.
He had an awesome touchdown catch in the rain against Virginia Tech in 2015.
Yeah, diving one-handed catch.
James Summers game.
So we're 14-15 right now. But that last season was basically the Zay Jones.
It was just, let's throw the ball to Zay and get him the record show.
Yeah, pretty much. And he was kind of hurt by what you said, Glenn, just a lack of winning there.
Because they played Navy in the game, he broke the record, and he broke it in the first quarter, and then I think it was 14-7, and then Navy ended up winning 66-31 or something.
Yeah. Kenny's favorite catch from a Pirate, Troy D's catch at the Super Regional.
And his comment was loved by the Pirate Radio Facebook account, so I'm assuming that's Troy behind that Facebook account.
Troy, come on, man.
All right. Igo, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No show next week.
So don't show up here.
I'll be in San Diego, so.
Oh, what are you doing there? You going to the zoo?
We will be going to the zoo.
Padres game?
Celebrating an anniversary with the wife, and we're going to Mariners Padres July 4th.
Awesome.
That's nice. Yeah. Happy 4th of July.
Thanks.
July 4th. A little July 4th day baseball?
Day baseball, 3:40 local time in San Diego.
To make up for not being here next week, 2 weeks from today, Igo, tight ends and O-line. Double down. We got a lot to pick ready.
You know what that means? You got to add 2 more songs to my intro, or 2 more lines.
2 more lines to the Igo intro. Tight ends and O-line. We are doing it big when we return in July.
By the end, the whole entire segment is going to be the song.
That's what we're hoping for.
I don't have to say a single word.
We're going to be coming off like a terrible loss in football, and we're going to have that song playing for 8 minutes. And people are going to be so mad, and it's going to be fun.
Tight ends and offensive line, 2 of the most improved position groups on the team.
Hey, Chandler, another walk-off.
Chandler's had multiple walk-offs in one segment, and yet he still was sitting in his chair.
How long do you think we can talk here with the music playing and Igo won't get up and leave? I'm shocked
going till 6 o'clock.
I'm shocked he hasn't got up yet.
This is longer than my intro song.
All right, we're back after this.
Hey, O's fans, tropical vibes are coming back to Camden Yards. Join the Orioles as they face the Los Angeles Angels on Saturday, July 9th at 4:05. The first 25,000 fans ages 15 and over will receive a Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Make your summer Saturday even better while celebrating the 30th anniversary of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Don't miss out on receiving the most popular giveaway, the Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Secure your tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too, because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330 and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a mixed day for the stock market today. The Dow was up 2 points at 31,029. The Nasdaq was down 3 points, however, at 11,177, and the S&P dropped just 2 points, closed out the day at 3,818. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, some names we haven't mentioned today as far as our receiver discussion. Paul says most underrated Clayton Driver. Young Clip Rock used to go out in the yard, pull the sweatpants all the way up above the kneecap. Clayton Driver had like some of the, if I recall, the shortest football pants known to man. Right? Paul, this is a good name too.
Ooh.
All right, Chandler, you're a young man. Do you know who the Rocket is? The receiver, the Rocket. Rocket. His name was Rocket. Raheem Ismail. Rocket. He played for the Panthers before your time, but was great with Notre Dame. He had a little brother named Quadri Ismail that played for Syracuse, whose nickname was the Missile.
Oh, wow.
And Paul says the Missile, Quadri Ismail, best receiver he saw live against East Carolina. James says Larry Shannon, most underrated. Larry Shannon bomb first play of the West Virginia game in 95 for his play, and best receiver he saw live against ECU. One of my all-time favorites, Santana Moss.
Ooh. Was that in 99 in Raleigh?
Might have been, or it could have been one of those other games where Miami actually won.
Right era, though.
Yeah, same error. Mike says Lance Lewis most underrated. Favorite play 99 Garrard to Stokes touchdown pass to beat Miami. I was there, dude. Charles says best receiver he saw against ECU. This is a pretty good one. The playmaker Michael Irvin. Charles going back to, he says anytime Henry Williams touched the ball was his favorite wide receiver play.
I forgot. Who did Michael Irvin play with?
Shirley.
Miami.
Oh, Miami. About the U.
It's all about the U.
Okay, I just had a ding-dong moment for a second.
That was during like the real U days.
Yeah,
the beginning of the U days.
Very real U days.
Oh,
was that during the era of the Catholics versus the convicts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really. Camo shorts.
Yeah.
Pulling up to the facility.
The fatigues.
Yeah.
Billy, most underrated, a guy's name who did not come up today, Trayvon Brown.
That's a good one. Played
Not bad.
just like a Davon Grayson made an immediate impact,
just
as
like
as a freshman,
just like a Justin Hardy, if you will,
as a Zay Jones, if you will.
And it took Trayvon Brown all of 30 seconds to get involved in his ECU career,
Me and my
catching
dad.
a bomb from
Shane Card in the Carolina game.
And your dad.
They put up 70 points.
And
Me
your dad.
and my dad used to call him
Kurt Binkerts.
Me and my dad used to call him Downtown Trayvon Brown.
I'm so glad you said that, Chandler. That just
Downtown Trayvon Brown.
Billy Biggs play, Larry Shannon from Dan the Man Gonzalez, 96 versus Steint.
Touchdown State!
And best receiver, he also says Santana Moss. I love
Redskin
Santana.
legend.
Love Santana with Washington. All right. Matt is throwing some slander, some shade at Trayvon Brown, I believe. Best routes I've ever seen jogged. Matt, come on. This isn't roast hour. This is celebration hour.
Come
We're
on,
not taking
Matt.
anybody down.
Come on, Matt.
Come on, Matt.
We're not talking about our
Did you
least
read,
favorite receiver.
Matt.
Did you read our Maryland friend Scott's comment a while ago? Torrey Smith with Maryland in the Military Bowl in 2010.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one there. Oh, here's a good one from Jay. Sterling Sharp, older brother of Shannon Sharp for South CAC in the late 80s. That would have been cool to see Sterling Sharp play before his Green Bay Packers days.
That
playing
cat is
for the
still in unreal shape.
Which one? Well, Shannon is, I know.
Shannon, yeah.
Yeah. I saw him.
Not Sterling, I guess.
Contact Troy D. Saw him with his shirt off recently, and Shannon still got it.
Shannon is yoked, brother. He is rocked up and ready
him
to go.
and
He's a rocked up guy.
him and Skip.
He's pretty rocked. He's a pretty rocked up guy.
Skip, come on, Skip.
Matt says, and just like that, I was canceled. Matt, sorry. Happens to the best of us, man. All right, let's get our final break in. We'll come back. We'll wrap up today's edition of Pirate Radio Live after these words.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown and Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown and Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand, free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone, and the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Winslow's Deli is now Fifth Street Hardware, restaurant and tap room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a brand new menu, serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday, and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, how about poker every Tuesday night and Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan? It's a new look and a new name, but the same great location on Fifth Street beside the State Theater. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for specials and events. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
I know, Shirley, duh. I was ready.
He knew. He was ready. He was definitely ready.
I'm ready right now.
He was acting like he wasn't ready just because he was waiting for me to yell at him.
Shirley, let me break this news to you. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
All right, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back with you Thursday, 3 o'clock, Pirate Radio Live. We'll continue our opponent previews, talk South Florida football with Jim Lauk, play-by-play voice of the Bulls. Also, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau, going to join us. We will take an early look at the ACC and the Big 12. We'll talk about those conferences in college football coming up on Thursday. Troy D will be here. Rich Shea, president of Major League Eating, going to join us as well to talk about the Coney Island 4th of July hot dog eating contest. So big show on tap for Thursday. We'll talk to you then. For the crew here at Pirate Radio and Clip Rock, so long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of